and a quick health check on a few of them just to see how they're doing. So if you're new, welcome aboard. To all the new subscribers, a massive thank you. Hey guys, here we go, mixed bag. Good majority of the small ones, and then these are going to be the last that I go through. If anybody does want, it's gone for good. Good evening all, and welcome to this week's Thursday Night Live. Hope everybody's well and had a good week. Good evening, Rick, and we've got Matt joining us very shortly. I hope, fingers crossed, he's not too busy, but if he is, he will be here at some point within the near future. Late as always. Late as always.
Late as always. Is that his name? Late as always.
Matt, late as always. Howie Coy Dorset. But yeah, obviously me, Gaz from GKP, or Gaz's Koi Pond, Rick from New Forest Koi, and obviously Matt when he gets here from Howie Coy Dorset. We've got some Kahaku to be looking at this evening, ladies and gents. And first of all, first thing I'd like to do is say a massive, great big thank you to the big influx of new members to the Gaz's Koi Pond community, gone from 1.3k to 1.5k in a matter of 24 hours, which is absolutely fantastic. Lots of new people that have joined. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they're all going to follow suit and come join us here as well. People from all over the country, all over the world, to be completely honest. And it was quite a shock to see that many numbers rise up that quickly. And it was from one particular post posted by Alan. It had, in 24 hours, it had over 68,000 views. And a topic which we will touch on, not particularly Alan's topic, but a topic we will touch on later on. But it's one that we have touched on many times before. But I do believe when there's a lot of new people that come and a lot of new people, hopefully, that join us this evening, it's a topic well worth talking about and touching on once again. A lot of confused people saying a lot of comments, and I can't bring it up because unfortunately Alan got so many notifications, it was driving him mad after 68,000 plus people were joining to look at the topic. He removed it and took it down, but it was greatly appreciated, and he has put a thank you in later to say thanks to everybody for all the comments that they did put in. But yeah, we'll go on to it, we'll touch into it later on. How's your week been, mate? I watched last night, the grading of the gas watch. Growing shows with a difference, which you're doing this time, which is Shura Watsura. And it was quite surprising, mate. You didn't really end up with, out of 150, about 30 and I would say out of those 30, Rick, that there was probably more close to 15 that you were saying, yeah, really good, nice, good quality. And another 15 or so that you was, maybe another 10 or so that you were saying, yeah, these are good, and we'll see how they develop. And then maybe another 5 or so that you were like giving a chance, like let's see what they'll do, kind of thing.
Yeah, you got it. Shiro's changed so much. So yeah, the patterns. Sometimes they show, sometimes they don't. You can't change the body setup or the skin quality or the white skin or the sumi quality, but the patterns do change. Yeah, so we've got to go down that road, and yeah.
As Vince were asking you and going through them, because I mean, I don't want to steal Vince's thunder. The video's already out and it's already out there. But I've got to admit, mate, I was sat here and when you think I just can't sleep, so I'm going to go down and watch something. And I saw that video and I thought, God damn! By the time I'd put it on and watched it, we're 12:30, and I'm thinking, shit, man, where did that time go? But I was out full screen, mate, getting to watch them and have a look at them and going through the ones that, I mean, I won't lie, I did pick the odd one or two, that you were going to pick, as well as watching Vince and Dave pick them and select them? And me and Dave did pick one or two that were similar, and one or two that, I mean, the last Tan Show, mate, that you picked out of that batch, that were a little banger. And the second one, not as good, but equally a nice Tan Shower.
Yeah, it's just one of them. It's
two good fish from 150 is not bad, is it, for a Tan Showers? They were pretty good.
I think the reality from if there's 3 good fish, proper decent fish out of that whole batch, because I'll see that's 3 sets of Gaswolds I chucked in that tank.
Yeah,
so mine, Alan Tate's, and Lee's or whatever. So hopefully everyone will have a third. So they should have 10 that have got a potential, and then
and from that,
1 or 2 that might actually, have cover the cost of, obviously be the fish that's worthwhile to grow on in their pond for years to come.
Realistically speaking, though, Rick, for the price in which they've paid, if they get the enjoyment out of growing them on, the experience of grading through and picking them and selecting them and choosing them and all, and then actually get maybe 1 or 2 reasonably good Shuru Utsuri from it, then that's a cheap price prey for 2 reasonably good Shuru Utsuri, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it is. But I think the reason we do it is it's that it's the environmental thing. So we're already seeing mixed results.
I did know it.
People, so without, so obviously we learn from what people do, and if we can find a common denominator that everyone that's got issues with the fish shape, and you can find a common denominator with those people that have got that problem, then obviously not only do you learn from it, you can then eliminate it.
On the next time if you're growing on any other type of stock.
Yeah, so it's just, and obviously different environments produce different sort of results, although they're all the same batch. And I did a podcast with Joe the other day where we were chatting about it, and he was like, because we did lots of ponds of his 1 set of Kahaku, and they went off to different ponds at 2, 3, 4 weeks old. And then when we went back grading them, there was a difference from the ponds. And he's like, this is just mad. And then when we did the second podcast with Edgy from Marachiku Koi Farm, he was the same. He was like, each pond, same parents, different results. So it's, the genetics
environment plays a massive part on it, doesn't it? Yeah. It really does.
100%.
I mean, you can get it wrong and you can totally ruin them, can't you? You can totally ruin all of them.
Yeah, fryer. So I mean, if you have a few days of something that irritates the gills, be it water quality, type and size of food, algal bloom, you can create monsters. It doesn't take long to mess up the body shape and the head shape and whatever. So but obviously the more we learn and find out exactly what causes that, it's just better for everyone, isn't it?
It really did interest me to sit when you said that it was evening. All those, though, I've just put up there as well. Sorry, the intro's a bit short now, so I can't get as many on, but you have all had a pop-up on screen there, so thanks very much for everybody for joining us. It was really interesting, Rick, to hear you say about the crushed food being powdered food and such being a bit of an issue, which can cause a lot of deformities. And by that, is that gill issues or gill plate issues? And I've got one other question. Remind me about gill plates afterwards to bring up after this bit. Sorry.
Obviously over 30 years we've seen all sorts of deformation problems with fry. Sometimes you blame genetics, but actually sometimes you put those same fish in multiple ponds, and one pond come back with problems and the others don't. So you can rule out genetics. And there's different things, but one of the most common issues is going on to sort of the higher protein dust foods or crumb foods. The crumb's not so bad. It seems to be a very delicate window at 3, 4, 5 weeks old.
Yeah.
When if you get the feeding wrong, and I think the problem with the dust foods is when people crush stuff down, obviously so much of that releases straight into the water without the fish eating it. So your water quality takes a bit of a
then your water quality turns to shit because it settles on bottom and it don't get consumed because they're always up to surface if you're feeding floating.
And I think there's also a point where there's if you get an exact size where it would go through like the gill rakers and get in the gill filaments and cause issues as well. and that, yeah, there's definitely a correlation, but obviously understanding that, and it's, I mean, obviously Coppens do specific fry foods, but then they also do like essence food, which is 4 times the price, to try and eliminate deformations. So immediately there's obviously something there, but we cut in a lot of like ground linseed and stuff, lower protein crushed seeds in with the foods, because I think the foods are just in a lab scenario. Yes, 50% protein, super growth food is great. Here he is. Evening, Matt. You're right.
Good. Thank you.
He's tried to sneak in late. Like he's trying to come in quiet. Just sneak in.
It's like sneaking in through a back door, isn't it? After an heavy night out and getting caught for it morning. Shit, my dad's up. Good morning, mate. Good morning. Good evening.
Morning.
Good morning.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I think that some of these foods are at the perfect temperature with the perfect water quality, you can get maximum growth from them. But the minute you've got a scenario where they're not utilizing all that, I think you then run into problems. So it's better to feed a more natural kind of food that's got a lot more roughage, it's got a lot more filler kind of stuff in it. That
it's really difficult though, isn't it, Rick, to get that kind of anything that can drop or settle to the bottom in those finer powders and finer foods, because it's not that easy to get a bottom drain set up where you can pull everything from the bottom of the pond when the fry are so small, because you run that risk of mincing them.
Yeah, this is the problem. That's the main thing with fry. Breeding koi and whatever is relatively easy. Rearing a million fry from egg through to the time when they're onto 1 mil pellet at say 5-6 weeks, that's the difficult bit. And obviously if you've got extensive prepared ponds outside, acres and acres of ponds, you can do it that way, and that's quite simple. If you're trying to do it in an intensive manner, it gets a bit more complicated.
It's a bit more forgiving when you got a more mass volume of water that doesn't pollute up as much as what it would do when you're feeding in, let's say an IBC, for example.
Yeah, I mean, the difference is obviously when we put them out, they're going on to live foods. And obviously with the brine shrimp, the live food, you just don't have the problems. It's that trying to get them onto a commercial or an artificial feed at a time of their life where they should be eating live food. And
So ideally, really, if you can, you want to be keeping them on Daphnia. Once you've come from your briny shrimp that you feed in the early stages, you want to be switching them up to the next size, up to Daphnia or whatever, and trying to keep that natural lives, bloodworms and everything else in there that you could do as much as you could for as long as you could, to the beyond that point of the risky stage with the gills at 5 to 6 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's kind of what we do. Is they go in the hatchery for 2 weeks, they're fed brine shrimp. The minute that becomes, you can't feed enough for all the fish to have enough, they go out into prepared ponds, and if that's done right, they're on rotifers and all the different zooplankton and whatever, the right size, and it goes lovely. But that's in an ideal world when you've got enough ponds and enough places to do that.
I was rather surprised years ago when we did it with Daz and we put fry out in what was literally, you scooped up, like these big nets that you scoop them up with when you're doing a bit of grading. We were scooping up like that, and there were literally millions of Daphnia in them nets. And it was like Daphnia soup. You could scoop it out in your hand, loads of it. And within a matter of 3 or 4 days, they were all gone. They'd nailed it all. And they're nowhere near the numbers what you put out in them, Rick. You know what I mean? But smaller environments, obviously. But God, it proper surprised me how quick they actually smashed through that live food that's there, to a point where, it was from that trying to keep up with it. It's not easy, is it? Daphnia don't really breed all that fast in comparison to what your stock can eat it.
No, which is all to do with stock density. So if you've got, like our fry ponds are quite small, I think they're 60 foot by 20 foot as an average size. So there's only X amount of fish you can put in there. So if you put too many in, the food goes too quick. And then you've got the starving scenario where you've got to use artificial foods. The mud ponds in Japan are probably 4 times the surface area of that, and they might use 100 ponds, 4 times bigger than that. And like I say, there was an interview with Kentaro at Sakai Fish Farm, and he reckons he put out 30 million fry this year.
Wow.
That's
30
million.
50 million fry. That's a crazy amount, isn't it? That's nuts.
Yeah.
And again, though, the culling process from 30 million to what you probably will end up with putting back out as from Tosai to Nisai and only being 40 odd. That's mental.
Yeah, they do a lot.
No, this top class feast as well.
But their numbers. Again, I mean, we're chatting with Edgy about it, and he's like, so from his Kahaku parent sets, we did 60,000 with Joe's. We did 600,000. So he's got 10 times more fish to go through. And obviously we do the cullings through the summer. I reckon I'll end up with 200 good ones. And he says he'll end up with about 200 of his Tatagoi fish that will be grown on for Jumbo Tosai and grown on for Nisa or whatever. So we're going to end up with the same number of fish, but he started with 10 times more. So he should have
I mean,
a lot more of them. And obviously that's quite a small farm. If he's only putting out, he said they do about 1 million a year. And you've got Sakai Fish Farm doing 30 million.
It's mental, isn't it? The amount of fish that don't make the grade is a scary amount, isn't it? It's a scary amount when you start thinking of that's just a few koi farms out there in Japan, and there are realistically hundreds of them.
Yeah.
Although they're not, some of them might not be as well known, but there are some smaller ones. But that is a crazy amount of fish. And
how
then
many would you put out, Rich?
12.
12.
16. Shit.
17.5. We generally, we probably start with about 1 million fish in the hatchery, but we market maybe 300,000 of them go out as fry, and we go through another sort of 250,000 maybe that are up to a size over an inch and whatever. So just over 500,000 of sort of viable fish. But again, if you put too many, you can produce loads more fish than that, but we haven't got the space to rear them properly. Hence, we sell the 2 to 3 week old fry because they're excess in the hatchery. If we didn't sell them, in reality, chances are we'd have to cold them off because we haven't got enough space.
Yeah, you got the space for them all.
It's a nice little project for people, and it's a nice little way to make us some money to pay for the brine shrimp for the year. So that excess covers some of the costs on that. But it's that fry, that window of dealing with the fry, and obviously you get that right. That's make or break for a season, isn't it? You get that wrong, and you haven't got the stocks to deal with or go through.
Now I've seen it. I watched, and I'm pretty sure the lad. I don't want to get it wrong. Let me make sure I don't, because I don't want to get his channel wrong. I can't remember what the name. I'll pick it up here. I'm pretty sure the lad's. He's definitely in group. He's definitely in the group, and I know he's done it before. I think he won last year. What's it called? The
Orchard Koi.
That's the one, yeah. I watched an Orchard Koi, and he's bred some of his own stuff, hasn't he? And he mentioned it on his channel. I was watching his video overnight when he was grading through them with his daughter. He mentioned this on there, and I've also seen it tonight when I was just having a quick flick through with the group chat and seeing somebody else mentioned it. They were talking about a good amount of fish with oversized gills, too long a gill. I'm not saying it's not a thing, but I'm asking you, is that a thing? I know that sometimes you can have that flappy bit of skin there as there are bigger fish that you can see wave, which is an absolute bastard when you're trying to get a photograph of them. But is that a thing in fry? Is that?
I don't know. You get flared. The problem is you've got lots of different. You get short gill plates. You get flared or funny
which
shape.
is the soft part of the gill, which curls round and becomes a hardened.
It becomes a lot more visible. In an ideal world, you wouldn't have any of those things. But I think so. Dave from Orchard Coy's won it the last 2 years running. So he's really good at raising fry. So obviously he's bred his own.
Yeah.
In one way, obviously he had.
That's some real nice Sankies, man. Nice Sankies and Achievas in it.
Yeah, he had shed loads of eggs, and he was experimenting with some stuff, and obviously didn't have a lot survive from the egg stage of what he'd done. But actually, that's probably a blessing because suddenly he's looking after a much more manageable. Had he hatched those fish properly, and had gone right, there's no way after 1 million fry in a few tanks. It just wouldn't have happened. So he's kind of in a disaster on one hand is a silver lining on the other for him.
Yeah, he managed to do really well though, Rick, because he were growing them on without heat up to this point, and then he said he were going to go on to some heat and cool them down to the numbers that he wanted, a more manageable amount. But he got some decent size, and some of the Achievas that he got, well, they were pretty damn nice. I mean, some of the other ones were a bit too heavy pattern for me, but body wise, structure wise, they were good. They were good looking fish, and admittedly, the ginning on some of his fish that he were looking at, he were like, man, the ginning on them is banging, but yeah, it's got a short gill plate. And I was like, yeah, I kind of good, mate. That one was a nice ginning kahaku. It's just a shame it had the damaged up, a short gill plate on one side. And but the gin on them were good, and some of his showers were good. And he did select out some decent fish. But yeah, that was a bit because he mentioned it, like, excessively long gill, and I was like, that's just soft tissue. Surely to God, that should be there. I didn't know what he.
I watched some of it, but I don't know personally, but so he's got some nice fish though that he's bred, hasn't he? So he's got some nice parent fish, and obviously, if you breed them, you'll have some nice examples from them. The hard bit is obviously doing enough numbers to get them through to the point where they're. Obviously, from a hobby, this is where it goes from a hobbyist to a business. You've got to have thousands of nice-looking little fish as a business. Yeah. Obviously, as you grow them, very few go from looking bad to coming good, but a lot go from looking all right to going bad. That's just koi. So obviously, for every 1,000 you pick out that looks stunning at 1 to 2 inches long, X amount of them will go, as you grow them through, will go wrong. So that's you need lots to end up with the numbers you want or whatever. And of course,
I'm waiting for it to come. And of course,
I think it's just an extension of the hobby, and I think that's why so many people are interested in the fry. Obviously, breeding your own fish is doable, but the damage you can cause and the hassle of doing it is a nightmare.
Yeah.
If you watch Dave from Orchard Coy's original spawning videos, you'll see it's just a nightmare.
He's got some nice stock though, mate, and he's got some nice fish in his main pond. There's some clonkers in there, absolute. And I've got to admit, there's been some nice fish that have been sent in this week. Oh, now then, is it? I'm not 100% sure that Mr. Tate is a real massive fan of Yamabukis. But yet you're growing him on, and a Ginrin one and a non-Ginrin. But mate, I felt like just saying, just sack all the rest off, Rick, and fill that pond up with some of them Yamabukis, man, because they were really nice, man. Body shape on them, the coloration throughout is just on point, and the gin on that second one, yeah, that was really nice.
Yeah,
showing a good body shape profile already. But they've steamed ahead, haven't they, compared to body wise and size and length to the majority of the Shuru Atsuru.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, they just grow fat. If you see those out on the farm or whatever, they're flying, and they will do. So,
Alan, you've got 2 Yamabukis being saved and been grown on for you. Rick mentioned your video of a day. Was it yesterday's? But the bangers, mate, you'll rate like them. Even if you don't really like them.
Yeah, they're just one of those things, and they're nice in that. So just by having those 2 in there, they're kind of marker fish. I can see how they're growing. They're obviously easy to spot in the pond. Yeah. It was pretty green. It's nice and clear now, so I don't really need them. But
yeah. I mean, they definitely pop against black and white, don't they? Yellow stands. That's what you want to do, Matt. There's a sales technique for you there, mate. Get a lot of Shiro Atsuris and then bang 20 Yamabukis in there with them.
Yamabukis. He did a video last week, didn't he?
I got a lot of them in the heat series.
They look good, don't they? I think it's a colour match that goes really well.
Yeah, the problem is if you've got too again, it's the same thing. So when you've got a limited number, they sell really well. They look good, but as soon as you've got tens of thousands, they're quite hard sell. Again,
how you said though, Rick, when with the Shiro series, when you deselected when you got your 30 in, they all look really good, and you could see that the pattern was there, and as you were saying, it's body shape more than anything. Body shape and Saroji white coloration is what you're looking for. Good skin luster and a good bright white body with an underlying pattern that you can see. And I remember when we did them last time, when we graded it through down there on farm with you, we were looking at them and you were looking like you could see like the outer edge of the scale was quite deep sumi, and then the inner edge of it was like, you know, a bit wishy-washy. And when we dropped them fish in a bowl, they'd literally dropped off that sumi proper rapid. And you were like, no, not that one, not that one. And eventually, as we got into it and got swing of it, it was good. And a lot of them produced, you know, some nice fish out of it when we were there, unfortunate enough to be grading through them. But you do, when you sat there looking at them with a pattern and a fish and a type and a variety, it's quite easy to get drawn back into a bowl looking absolutely fantastic when you see a big number of them, because it's difficult to spot the chaff from the wheat, isn't it, so to speak?
It can be, and that's why obviously by just putting like 10 in a bowl at a time.
Yeah, breaking it down into a smaller.
That's the thing point, and understanding what direction they go in, what to avoid, and it's just one of those. And again, different parent sets, different bloodlines, different varieties. You're looking for different things all the time. It's and obviously on camera, a lot of the stuff. Obviously, I asked Dave and Vince and whatever to pick their fish and why and whatever, but obviously you might not see on camera the level of the shine in the skin or the sumi quality. You might think, well, why is he not picking that? That looks good, but obviously if I can see through the sumi and that it's not good, but
the bit where you said sometimes when sumi's got underlying Benny, it can make the sumi look better than what it actually is. But really, it's not all that good. And that particular fish that you picked up and held in your hand and turned around and said, look at this now. And then you went back to it a couple of minutes later and it was quite visible that you could see the Benny way more than what you could. It was more like a brown underneath the sumi then, and the sumi was starting to wash out on it. And it was surprising just to see how that changed over just a matter of minutes of being in that bowl.
Yeah, well, it's again, so it's just... It's part understanding, part years of doing it. And obviously, as much as I can go through them and go, well, these are the better ones that you perhaps want to keep if you want a 3 or 4 year old Shiro that's going to look good. There'll be some that haven't got such good sumi, got great patterns, and they haven't got such good bodies. But there's people that will still prefer that fish just because they like that fish. They love that pattern or whatever. Right, I've got to speak to them. They're away on holiday. We're going to speak to these lovely people.
Be right back. Go on then, Matt. How's your week been?
Yeah, good. I'm doing 3 jobs at the moment.
You got 3 jobs on, as in bills.
Yeah, I'm sort of transition period. Yeah, I'm transition period now, and so I'm getting ready for the winter months. Pheasants are coming, so I'm getting all of that ready. The deer stalking.
It sounds, mate. There's not much that really left of the year, is it? We're already well over halfway through it now. So
it's scary. One thing I did learn this week, on glass windows, you know, you get the scale on the outside of the pond from the water, and especially if you've got salt in the pond.
Yeah.
Well, I was cleaning the window and I was using normal window lean and all that sort of stuff, and it would not budget. Tried a tiny squirt of that, and it literally stripped it off in one go. It was gleaming.
As if. So other brands are available, but would you like to hold that again?
Honestly, if you got it, go and try it. I was
classic 100% lime scale remover. Yeah. We just need a cheesy little.
But that's on the outside.
Jingle to go with
the inside.
Yeah, don't be using on the inside, ladies and gents.
I said Sean down in Weymouth, I said, mentioned it to him, and he said on the outside he normally uses a razor blade to get it all the scale off, particularly because he's got salt in the pond. And he tried it, and he said he couldn't believe it. It just literally all his windows now all gleaming. So try a bit of scaling.
I just addressed this one. You won't see my car there. I haven't been there for 5 months. I don't work there no longer. We got hi, Gaz, Rick, Matt. Hope you're all well, and likewise, mate. Hope you're all well too. Rick will be back in a short while. You see there, Rob says white vinegar.
Yeah,
but again, that's probably one's probably not too bad if you got a splash of it inside the water. But the one that Matt's using, yeah, don't use it on the inside, ladies and gents. Make sure it's just on the outside only. But yeah, you can get that, because I've done it with myself when I had the tropical fish tank, and you've got that cichlids, and I kept cichlids for a good long length of time, so I had like little pieces of coral in there to make it look like it was, a bit more, well, nothing like the natural environment at all, but I like the look of it. So, but you get then when you go in with the finer sandy gravels for your substrate, you find that eventually at a time when you are doing a bit of cleaning on it and you splash any water over, you do get that white hazy film on the outside of your tank, and it can be an absolute bastard to get off. But yeah, there you go.
Right. I was impressed.
What else have you been up to? Apparently, you're almost done and finished with the build as well, aren't you?
Yeah, all the windows went on today. Sean turned up. The Perspex turned up yesterday. So we got the windows on. We just got to put the gas struts on and a few little, not teething problems, but improvements. So I showed you my IBC.
Yeah.
Now with even
the shower cascading back over top of it.
Even now, we started putting in, 400 litres of Helix in there. And what it's actually doing is it's holding it back. So it's pushing a certain amount forward, but a lot of it is staying back. So we're going to change one of the pipes so that at the moment, one of the pumps pumping up to that is only, I think, running at 20%. So I'm going to change that, put a T-piece in, and then get water going back in, straight in. So it'll be literally rotating, but it will just keep all of that K1 being literally smashed up.
Yeah.
But it's
extremely well boiled up and gyrated around and all that kind of carry on. Evening, Collie Coy. And everyone watching. If anybody has got any topics they would like us to have an hour and a chat about tonight, make sure that you stick it in, pop them in as usual, guys, and just stick a question mark on end, because it then shows up for me a little bit easier from everybody else's, and it actually gives me an indication for it. Everything happens for a reason, and there's nothing to be sorry about. Life, sometimes throws you melons, doesn't it? There are good bits to it, the bad bits to it. The good bit is I'm a lot better off, and I don't have to do any more traveling. And I ain't going to speak negatively about them. I don't believe I need to do. I think they can do that for themselves. But I'm in a much better position, much more happier, and earning a hell of a lot more money. So, thank you. Right, yeah. Anybody got any topics? Feel free to bang them in, and then we'll have a natter and a chat about them.
Guys, can you put a poll up?
I can, yeah. What? Ooh.
Who's got quarantine? Who's got a quarantine set up?
Yeah,
because I've seen 4 lots of different people talking about quarantine over the last 2-3 days, almost as if something's going on that I'm not aware of or seen anywhere else. But definitely the quarantine. Who's got a quarantine pond and who hasn't?
And I think as you say that, we will go into the topic, and we will have a what did you call it? A discussion about the topic that was posted in the Facebook group, which me and you spoke about, Matt. But obviously, we're not here to say, oh, you did that wrong or you did this wrong, but we can put a little bit behind it, and we can give a little bit of information on it, but we can use it and protecting the people that might have been involved in it by not mentioning names and such. Let's put this one on. let us know, guys. Answering the questions in the comments, yes or no, by typing 1 or 2, and we'll see just how many people out there actually do have a QT setup for the new stock. That one as well, mate. We don't speak anymore, mate. So life moves on. Shit happens. I can't, but I could. If I could answer this myself, I shall type in number 2 and give an answer myself, because I don't have one. And it has, the more I've seen, the more I've been involved with, the more I've done research, the more I've looked into, it's something that shits me up every single time when I think about purchasing or buying. And it is a bit of a, it's one of those taboo topics where everybody thinks you don't need them, you shouldn't have one, you should have one, you do need them, this, that, and other. And a lot of people gamble it out. And we might be a lot of people out there just like me that's been really lucky to get away with it and never had any issues, and nothing had any problems, or you might have introduced parasites when you've done it, or you put a fish in, and that might be as bad as it's ever got. But for me, I think I've been really lucky, to be completely honest. And I think the vast majority of us that do it that manner just buy a fish and stick it in by sticking with your reputable breeder, dealer, whichever it might be. Then as long as you know the source and you trust the people and you know what they do is right, then I think it's less of a risk. But there's still an element of a risk. So 36% so far say that they do have, whereas 64% don't.
See, I would have thought the gap would have been bigger than that. Going by the ponds.
There's still votes coming in, so we will see.
Going by the ponds I look after, or been to, or whatever, I reckon it could be as low as 1 in 20 people.
Yeah,
probably even more than that.
Well, let's see if that tells us how many people we've had. A total of 12 people with a yes and 16 people with a no. Dave, I've already answered you once. You obviously didn't listen. I don't know how Daz is doing. I don't speak with him anymore, mate. So you'd have to ask Daz. I hope he's well. How's that? Genuinely do hope he's well. But we don't talk no more, mate, unfortunately. Shit happens. Life moves on. It is what it is. There we go. Even all got a QT tank, but had grown shows with a difference in for the last 3 years. But that is only fish that have gone into my pond. Right, and my question then, no way, as if, Coy, did you have any issues, any problems with ever introducing any of those? And I asked this question because all those fish that you've put in that have been growing shows with a difference, they're all virgin fish, aren't they? Or what's a better way? Not so much virgin fish, but naive fish. Naive. They've never seen or come across anything else other than themselves, their own group, their own little batch of them that's there. And did you experience any issues when you moved any of them into your pond, mate, into your main, or were it perfectly fine? Because I've bought fish from Rick that I know have been naive, and I've had zero issues, none at all, not one. Never had sleeping sickness. There you go. See, yeah. Now I've bought fish. I've bought fish from places that I know 100% do what they do, and I know that there are fish that can get through the net, so to speak, and not actually come down with sleeping sickness when they're done. And when I've brought them here, they've definitely started with sleeping sickness, and that's not from one place. That's from maybe 2 or 3 places that I've purchased stuff from over the years where it's happened, and I've had it, and I've you experience these odd little things. And then there are other bits where you think, this fish might not be doing too cracky. It don't enjoy it cold, being up here in Yorkshire, and it struggles for a couple of months or so, and then everything comes hunky-dory again. But I know I've had one or two when I've bought them from a local place to me, where they would definitely 100% come down with sleeping sickness after seeing it, being in the trade and seeing what it does and what it looks like. I know 100% now that that's what it was, but not having the experience that I had now or any forms of heating my pond then, there were no I could have really done, and I unfortunately lost two of them. They were both two Ginrin showers at the time.
But without Gaz bringing it up, what would you reckon the percentage is of people that've got a quarantine pond? Don't bring it up, Gaz.
47.
I took down the comment, didn't think that would bring it up. Sorry.
I would have guessed a lot lower than that, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. The vast majority of our customers don't.
That's what I said. I reckon. I said 1 in 20, but I reckon it'd be even more than that. You know, I'm trying to actually think of somebody that's got a quarantine pond that buys fish from me.
Yeah, I cocked up there, Paul, didn't I? Don't put it up. Don't put it up. I won't. Okay, there we go. Paul,
Yeah.
totally agree. This is what the very beginning of the conversation was literally me talking about it because I enjoyed watching it. And I just didn't realize how much time had gone by while I was watching it, but it was good. I really do enjoy the side of watching grading or doing grading. I think it's apart from your lower back, because your lower back when you're grading can get, depending on the position and where you're actually working, it can be quite taxing, and it can be a bit uncomfortable after a long matter of, well, yours must be murdering, Rick, at the end of a season through.
Get used to
Do you
it.
delegate it all now? Do you delegate it all onto? Yeah. You can grade them. I've got ponds to feed and fish to breed. And
To be fair, the grade, this is the one thing I think every single fish that goes through, I do myself. Even if I've got someone else doing it, I'm watching them or going through them again. So when Joe and Will did it, every single fish they went through, then went through me thereafter. So we didn't miss anything I wanted to keep. Obviously, stuff was kept perhaps I wouldn't have kept, but obviously that's part of them doing the process or whatever. So yeah, we go.
Right. Got it. I'll leave this poll up if anybody hasn't answered yet. Just type 1 or 2 in the comments. But for all those that haven't participated, it's just be interesting for us to see how many people have. Right, I've got a question on top of that. Then, how many times have you had people? Because I'm including myself in this, guys. How many times have you had people in there that have done grading and you thought, shit, they've put a lot of crap through
there? Everyone. I mean, it's just something that you can't. Even if Sean or Cole are doing it with me or whatever, there's still stuff that I'd take or wouldn't take from there. But it's difficult because
is that personal choice, Rick, or are those ones where you thought, why the fecking hell did they actually pick that? Because that is shit. Or is that like more of a personal choice thing type with them sometimes?
Yeah, because obviously you're grading on sort of quality and whatever. But when Carl first started years ago, he was a nightmare for picking out Aragoki stuff. And back then, it didn't sell very well. But my God, obviously being a fisherman and whatever, anything with crazy scalation.
Yeah, we're all naturally drawn to it
all the time, and which is great because they do sell. They sell really well now. They didn't sell quite so well back then. Sean tends to keep more than I would. He just thinks, well, it's better we sell it for more money without necessarily be worth that money, if that makes sense. Which is difficult. And obviously, he'll look at a batch of 1,000. You think, well, if I keep 500, that's 500 I can sell. Whereas I'm looking at, so if I keep 100, I've got 100 good ones. And somewhere you have to kind of meet in the middle. You can't be so selective that you haven't got fish at the right price point. If I went super selective, we'd have no cheap fish. They'd all be super dear fish, and we'd only have a few hundred a year. But in reality, the business would soon suffer massively because most of our customers still want those cheaper fish. Of a busy weekend, we might have 2 customers that are looking for. Everyone wants the top end fish, but there's a couple that might want to pay the right money for the top end fish, and everyone else is looking for stuff that, well, that fish in there is 50 quid and it's 12 inches long. That's good enough. It's a decent fish, but it's a lot more fish for your money than the one in the next door tank that's much higher quality, but only 12 centimeters long. So it is quite a tricky one. And also you need lots of varieties as well. There's no point if I've got one spawning our best quality fish. On one hand, you think, well, I need to just keep them for the farm because they're the best ones. But in reality, that doesn't work from a sales point. You need everything. So our Benny Kikos might not be great in a particular year, but I still need them in the mix. In the shop. I've set, let's keep some of those. And Platinums might not be great one year for whatever might have created them by crossing something, so they're not as good as you want. But actually, we still need some, or Yamabukis, or Harawakis, or whatever it happens to be. Yeah.
The joys of being a fish farmer, eh? It's not. There's a lot to it, Rick, isn't there? There's a hell of a lot.
There is a lot to it, and a lot of it. It's so easy. You can, like I say, this year we're probably having our best ever year in terms of the fry growth, development, quality. But it only takes a blink of an eye, a power cut, or a sudden storm later in the autumn or whatever to lose ponds of fish, and that amazing year can go wrong quite quickly.
Right, quickly.
What do you put that down to, Rick? The heat?
Temperature's been phenomenal. Yeah, I mean it's too hot in the tunnels, but we kind of got on top of that with enough ventilation and covering and whatever. But yeah, so the ponds have been in a growing window now for since the fry went out. They've been in the mid-20s outside the whole time, which is just kind of unheard of. But we've had problems with the fry ponds that we've never had before, where I'm having to, it's just going too far, water quality wise, algae wise, and the only way of dealing with it is literally drain the pond and move the fish to a new pond, because there's no amount of topping up with a bit of fresh water. It's not going to help you when you're having a monster algal bloom. You just can't deal with that.
What's been going on with liners? Because I noticed at the end towards the back end, when you were going up round, you were saying like there's a hole there and there's a hole there. Take that hose out and put that one into there now because we can't go any further. Have you been?
Levels. I mean, the trouble is we've only got X amount of water coming onto the site, so ponds start dropping. So yeah, we're probably struggling for water this year, which we've never done before. So some of the big ponds in the top corner, they're fed off the buildings from rainwater. So when it rains, you get shed loads of water naturally topping them up. We haven't seen a spot of rain, I don't know, for a long time. So suddenly everything's getting low. And obviously if you've got enough ponds low and there's food going in, suddenly you've got mice going through liners. And when you do open up, suddenly you've got a hole that is now on water.
I would have thought it were something slightly bigger and fairer, not mice or...
We got all, it's just... Yeah.
Oh, thinking maybe mink or something else that might have got in there. I was kind of thinking the worst, to be fair, mate.
No, not touch wood. We've not had otters on site.
No, that's shit. I shouldn't have said it, should I? Just doomed,
Yeah, we even had.
You have had in the past, haven't you?
The food trial ponds, because I've had to have the front doors open and I've gridded them like with a hard plastic mesh. And something was ripping the mesh off every night, and I thought it was a heron getting its head under, but it was the foxes getting up. And getting and pulling the mesh off, and they're either trying to get food, the fish, or
just water.
I don't know why they
seem to be plenty of water, and they could get elsewhere, couldn't they? They could be down by a river if they needed a drink or wouldn't they?
Yeah, they just seem to just be obsessed with trying to get in them ponds. So whether there's, I don't know. So yeah,
lovely animals, love them.
I don't. To be fair, they're no great bother on the farm, but. Yeah, suddenly we've had them destroy liners on ponds when a fish has died and gone to end up in the corner of a pond, and the foxes then...
And they're attracted in then because they can smell it kind of thing. They're digging away trying to get it.
In the corner of the ponds and rip the line in a bit, trying to get at either food that's gathered there or a fish or something that's ended up there. So... But yeah, generally they're not a problem. And normally we'd have enough water. We wouldn't have this issue that we're having at the minute, that we're just trying to put water everywhere. Because, yeah, every pond's going down. So you got a mud pond that might need a foot of water going back in. So that might take 3 days. All of the water we got coming onto the farm might have to go to that mud pond for 2 or 3 days.
By that time, you've lost 6 inches in another one, haven't you? Yeah.
Do you actually bring up water from the river?
We use the river. It's a little spate river down the bottom. Then we've got the spring water and whatever. So there's sources coming on, but we're only allowed to extract a certain amount from the river. And obviously that's the main ones for topping up the bigger ponds because it's a bigger water source.
If you've noticed, wherever they've got pipework running, though, there's always really good lush green grass over them because they keep getting crushed with the quad.
Yeah, things tend to leak.
You can get drove over and punched.
But the trouble is that the river, from the river to the top pond is about 22 meters head. So the pressure on the pipework is enormous. So the pump's got to push water 22 meters uphill before you even start.
Big ass pump to push that far and all, isn't it?
Yeah. So the flow rates will vary. So we have to have a pump that will take the maximum at the lower levels, but we can't then. So when we pump it up, it doesn't run very fast. When it goes to the top of the site, actually we're way below what we could take. But that's all that pump will push. So it's a bit of a pain. We used to have to have a second pump that would then help that one further up the hill to be able to still take our maximum we could take right up to the top. But we haven't got that at the minute. So we haven't needed it for years. But suddenly this year, we probably do need it.
And all those extra new ponds that you just built, they must be evaporating pretty quick inside your polytunnels, and all your broodstock ponds, they're all got to be topped up regular as well. It's mad, isn't it, the amount of evaporation that you actually notice when... How many question for you guys that's watching, how many has been out there and gone out over these last... we're going into apparently a 4 feet year for the year, which is just fucking summer, if you ask me. Just how I remember it being when I was a kid. 6-week holidays was sunny and it was warm and it never rained, and we got an hosepipe ban every blue moon. But when you've gone out to your pond and you've looked, how many of you have stood there and thought, shit, I've got a leak in my pond, I've lost loads of water? Because over these last few weeks, while it has been warm, you've noticed you've dropped 3 to 4 inches in your pond weekly.
They ain't got box lining for me if they're worrying about leaks.
Come on.
Yeah, it's just an accumulative effect. So when it rains, obviously our ponds will feed each other. So the bottom ponds normally are always overflowing because everything up. As soon as you get rain, we've got a surface area of 20 acres that catches water. So we have a bunch of rain. As soon as they overflow, they all just feed down, and you've got masses of water, but nothing overflowing. So everything is dropping.
There's nothing even forecasted, is there?
No. I mean, again, we said this last year, though, didn't we? A lot of farmers would be struggling and all because they're not getting any water for the crops and everything else, and you don't realise just how bad. I mean, my lawn is brown. It's completely scorched. Well, fingers crossed it grows back. If not, then it's going to be getting decked over in a seating area that my wife wants. That but I'm not returfing it and all that kind of crap. So it might end up being what it is, and it'll end up with a little bit less of a lawn in the long run. But it's a win-win for me either way. I hope it grows back, then I don't have to do it. If it does, then I've got a job and she gets what she wants. So, but yeah, it's quite bad at the moment, isn't it? A lot of people will be thinking, and a lot of people are probably thinking that they've had, coming out and looking and thinking, shit, goddamn, I'm losing a lot of water and have you. I've noticed it in my mini pond and in the big pond. And I thought, Jesus Christ, in the last week, I topped it up last weekend, but it's dropped like this much in 7 days.
Yeah. I could probably sit down and work out if every pond's losing an inch of water a week through evaporation, then I could probably work out the volume of water we're losing on evaporation, and obviously what we can take from our main water source. If we're lucky, we might be breaking even at the minute in terms of what we're losing and what we're gaining, and which is great when you get it all in the right place at the right time. That's almost impossible.
He's just come back. He's letting me know. I'm doing it for 4 hours every single day, topping up my ponds every day.
So you're doing, but that year, you're losing a lot of water through the drums as well, don't
Yeah.
it? That's not evaporating or whatever. But if you imagine we've got 140 ponds, it's just like
It's
never
impossible.
ending, isn't it?
How many are true QT ponds or turn them into grown ponds? Yeah. I suppose if you're growing some on in there, if you're buying them and QTing them and then growing them on a little bit, then moving them in, I suppose it technically functions as both. But yeah, I bet a lot of them turn into grown ponds as well, mate.
On one of the posts I've seen, loads of different people were answering it, saying they haven't got one, but they were talking about all of the processes that they do. And there was a lot of people that were saying no, but before they add the fish to the pond, they PP it. There was other ones that say before they add the fish to the pond that they do a scrape. But my comment was, the thing is, what you're actually doing isn't the main problem of what quarantine's all about, because the parasites aren't going to be the issues. The biggest issue is going to be the bacteria.
Yeah, I think the point of quarantine is just to stop anything in it. So, yeah, you can, by giving them a PP dip or a salt bath, or even if you scrape them with fine flukes, if you haven't got what you're going to do with that fish, if you haven't got anywhere to put it apart from your main pond, I don't get the point. What you still either got to put it in your pond and treat your whole pond for flukes, or take it back to where you got it and say I don't want it anymore. Or, but yeah, so parasite. I mean, it's still a pain in the ass. You've got a 20,000 gallon pond full of high end fish. You don't want to be putting a parasite issue in there. I know it shouldn't be life or death, but it's suddenly you got a big ass load of water you got to treat and a load of fish that are unhappy and everything else. It's bacterial problems, viral problems. That's what the quarantine really is there for. But yeah, you could. I don't know. A lot of people haven't. You take your risk. You buy from people you trust and hope and pray you don't put anything nasty in your pond. I don't know. It's difficult, isn't it? We could should have a quarantine set up, but so many people don't. So obviously, as a dealer, you've got to try and make sure you're selling stock that is not going to cause massive problems.
Yeah.
But yeah,
you can't guarantee everything, though, Rick, can you? I mean, you can do everything that you need to do, and all the dealers out there can do everything that they need to do, and they can do everything within the means. But that doesn't necessarily mean something's not going to sneak through, and it's not going to be an issue when it gets to some fish that might not have been exposed to whatever it's carrying. Shit happens, and it does happen. It happens in all lines, doesn't it? It's not just about fish keeping.
I was going to say
livestock, and it's only live while it's alive, isn't it?
Well, we have to do the scrapes I do it every Monday for the pet shop license. And how many times has everybody done a scrape on a fish and not found anything, done another fish and not found anything, and done another fish and found flukes or costy or trek, one of the parasites. So, yeah, what you're saying there, Gaz, is nobody can be 100%
It's impossible, mate, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's impossible. It's impossible to get on top of everything all the time, every time. It only takes just to miss that one little area on a slide. It only takes to scrape the wrong fish that's not carrying no, and then within a couple of weeks later, you scrape that same tank, or a week later, you scrape that same tank again, and then everything's covered in it. And you think, well, where the fucking hell's that come from? There were no last week. It was clean. But it does happen.
Yeah, it's just one of those, isn't it? There is still perhaps dealers and people that supply fish that aren't as scrupulous or as good as they should be, because some of these problems still less and less, thank God. And I think social media has perhaps got a lot to play with that, because if someone starts sending out crap, diseased fish, it soon gets spread
around. Yeah, I think nowadays, as dealers, you guys have got to be real careful about what you put out there, because you can get slated. There's lots of people out there that have got lots of information about people and could brand anybody whatever they wanted if they really truly wanted to do. They could say and prove it and show what they've got, and people would be thinking, shit.
To be fair, that's a good thing, isn't it? That now
it is a good thing, mate, because it makes sure the industry kept on its toes, doesn't it? And
But it's kind of self-regulating itself, isn't it?
Yeah, it does, yeah.
There isn't a body that makes sure everyone's doing the right thing. And now, if you do the wrong thing, you can get called out for it.
Yeah.
I'm always saying it takes years and years and years to build up a good reputation, but it only takes 5 minutes for somebody to ruin it for you.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Yeah, you can take a lifetime to gain a good reputation, but it can be ruined in a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
It can, but obviously there's some people out there that use that social media kind of as almost like a blackmail type. Oh, if you don't do
that. And on that sense, mate, I really don't agree with it. There are, I'll tell so and so, I'll do this, I'll do that, I'll do the other. I mean, if it's genuine, and if the best way to do it is to approach that person or whomever it may be and deal in-house with them. And if they don't want to deal in-house with them, then do what you got to do. But, the right lines have got to be approached beforehand. But you're right, mate. It is kind of self-regulated now, and it's a case of you've got to be careful. You've got to be doing. I mean, why would you not want to do? Regardless, and I'm not just talking I'm not just talking about the koi industry. Any industry. If you go out and do an half-assed job, you ain't going to get a good reputation. You ain't going to get a referral. You aren't going to get to go on to the next one, are you? You're going to get a lot of shit, and everybody's going to think, well, he's crap at what he does. Why would you employ him? Blah, blah, blah. It's the same principle. Business is business, and you're only in business as well as while you're doing good. And if you fuck up and cause yourself a little bit of an issue, you can soon get a loss of custom quite quickly, regardless of whatever it is.
100%. But at the end of the day, there's still people out there that have got away of it and did for a long time.
Yeah, man. There's a few that have. Yeah, there's a few out there that have ruined people's lives, mate. And to be fair, it stinks big time, but it is what it is.
Anyway, have we got any water? We haven't got any water restrictions.
Yeah, I mean, could you get restrictions, though, Rick?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose if the river got low enough, that the trouble is obviously where we extract from and where we discharge to is only 100 meters apart or whatever. So generally, we're always putting back what we take out. Obviously, it's just gone through the farm, and the water quality normally is as good going back as what's coming out. So there's not a lot there. But yeah, technically, the Environment Agency that do the license could just say, well, so actually there's no water left, you can't take any, and we'll be.
That could be devastating for you, though, couldn't it? In conditions like that, that could bite.
It would. Sure. After a period of time, it would be a nightmare. So we've looked into a borehole a few times, but the land we're on's not ideal for it. We'd have to go so deep, but it's something we might have to do. But you're in the same boat there in a borehole.
I was going to say boreholes, same restrictions.
Yeah, if it runs dry down there as well, doesn't it?
No, but some places won't let you put a borehole in because you're going to take the water away from another area. Like on this place, exactly.
It might be supplying a res or something daft like that, or a local area, whatever.
It is what it is, isn't it? I mean, the farm, that is probably one of our biggest issues. It's been built somewhere where we haven't got that stupendous amount of water because we didn't, as it was built, we didn't really need it, and it's got bigger and bigger and bigger, and suddenly, although we don't use a lot of water technically, there is a lot of area of water that at the moment is evaporating. So we do need some, and that's just, if you went out to build a fish farm, if you went to build our farm, we'd pick a site that was perhaps better than what we got. Unfortunately, we just got what we've got because it was the family owned it, and it's just grown there, isn't it? If that's just
it's just expanded from what it was.
Yeah, so I mean, taking the water away from the river, is that a risk?
It is, which is why we use it. So anywhere where we're doing sterile stuff, we use tap water. So that's why, like the hatcheries and stuff are all chlorinated. So but out on the farm is from the river. But basically it's a spate stream, so there's basically no fish. It's just come straight from the forest. Our biggest problem is it's super soft water. It's basically rainwater and then going through all the peat up there. So it's got a yellowy tinge to it. So on one hand, it's quite good water for growing fish. On the other hand, it's pretty unstable. So for the fly ponds, we have to add stuff to stabilize the water to be more user friendly for us. The best term for it. But yeah, like I say, if I built the farm somewhere and I could have chalk stream or borehole water from a massive chalk aquifer like you've got, but I could have shed loads of water, then that's where you'd build it, wouldn't you? But if you've got another couple of million quid just to go and buy the site and start redeveloping, it's not going to happen.
It's never going to happen now, is it, Rick? It's not something it's not even on cards, is it? So it is what it is. You deal with what you've got.
100%, yeah. And like I say, our water usage compared to there was quite a lot of trout farms around our area, and the water usage they use is just staggering to what, to produce 10 ton of trout or whatever, millions and millions of gallons of water. It's just crazy. And obviously that was
running and flowing, aren't they?
Yeah, they literally divert like the River Test or the Avon or whatever through the farm and back out again. But obviously they're feeding so much food. The water coming in is good. The water coming out is shocking. They just put in fish shit back, which is why they have to use so much to keep the levels inside the regulations or whatever. But because there's no filter, I know it's like a trout farm, there's no filtration. Basically, you just put that water from the river into your farm, feed the fish,
flowing straight through, because they've got to have current and flow, and then back out again. So everything that goes in, comes out and flows out,
goes back down. Yeah. So the downstream of the trout farm's got all the waste from 2 million trout or whatever. that's just how it is. Isn't it?
Well, then Paul's asked us a question, which is, and I have ticked all the others, guys, and I will catch up as we move down and through. Easy pod gravity return. Now, my first point on this, mate, is can I reduce the 3-inch to a 2-inch? Why would you want to? That's my first question. The 2-inch will have 2 90s and a 1.4 meter straight, or shall I order some 3-inch bits? To me, your return wants to be as big as you can get it so that you can not limit in the restriction of how much flow you've got coming out. I would have said, why would you want to go down to a 2-inch
or depends
return back?
It all depends how much water you're pumping into it.
Yeah, no, but if you go down to 2, then you're reducing.
It won't make any difference. It won't make any difference if he's only pumping 1,000 litres for it. A 2-inch is going to cope with it. But if you're pumping through at the maximum that EasyPod will do, which is 12, I think it is, then no, you can't.
Yeah, that's what I thought. The last bit.
It's just restricting your flow, but yes, if you've only got 500 gallons,
restrict it down, you might as well have it being as big as it can be.
You might just have all the pipe work there in 2-inch. You think I don't want to spend 100 quid on a load of 3-inch?
I mean, again, that could be another reason. Paul? What's your pump size, mate? And we'll come back to it. What are you wanting? What are you going to be pumping in? That might not necessarily affect your return back. But yeah, for me, mate, I did 2.5 on my returns, and I really wish I'd done 3. So yeah, maybe for my advice, mate, would be go the bigger rather than the smaller, because I wished I'd done, and I will be changing mine at some point. Rob's put in this one, and Rob's also sent us in a little bit of a growing that he's made, and I'll bring that up and show you as well. Plug-in solar is about to be made legal. Is anyone thinking about getting a couple of panels to lessen the running cost of the pond? Rob, I was looking at this and I was looking at a few videos. I actually believe it's already legal, mate. There's a lot of talk about it not being and all the rest of it, but I've watched about a good 10, 15 videos on it. And for what it is and what it costs for the plug-in play straight in, so it feeds straight back to your main and reduces your usage, it seems a pretty good idea, mate. And to be fair, it ain't all that expensive. If you wanted to run a system now to reduce the cost of your electric on your pond, for about 500-600 quid, you can get everything you pretty much need for a straight plug-in, and within 12 months, you'll be paying yourself back what you saved. So I think could be a thing of the future, mate. And a lot of places, a lot of other countries already have it, and they have it on the side of the balconies, on the side of the buildings and such on, just to reduce their electric usage. But yeah, Rob, I reckon it's a good idea.
It'll probably be made in a few years. It'll probably be made not just legal, it'll probably be made forced to do it. Everyone has to have X amount.
Well, in some countries, it is compulsory.
Yeah,
To have them on.
I suppose you haven't got it, Rick.
we've looked into it a few times, but the costs, the initial outlay costs are pretty horrendous. There's a better option for us is to put massive containers of batteries on site, and you get paid to store electric, and then obviously that feeds back to obviously you store it when power consumption, so coming out the power when the consumption's low, and you feed it back to the grid when it's high, and that's probably a more.
Well, now these plug-in systems, now they're getting them basic. I mean, all right, you've got to have some certain pieces of equipment and bits and bats that go with it. But you literally do. Once you've done it, you're plugging it back into your main of your own property, and it puts the current back into your own house so that you can use that rather than using electric straight from the grid. And it works out that you just literally feeding your own supply and reducing your own usage of electricity, and it does make a big difference. Saves quite a good deal amount of money, which for an individual pond rig or for an individual person that wanted to lessen the bill for their pond running costs, it would be you'd practically be running it for free.
Yeah, it's something we've talked about and looked into, and also I don't make some of these decisions. I play with fish. Sean's the one that, I'm sure if someone actually sat down with him and said, look, you're paying £20,000 a year in electric. You could do a £120,000 investment in this gear, and I'll see by the following year you'll be breaking even. And I'm sure it'd go for it. It's just one of those. It's where to site them and how much. I think solar. There's a lot of talk about solar, but obviously it's quite weather dependent. Because that's what it is, isn't it?
It is, but the difference with solar panels now, they don't need that much of the direct sunlight like they used to do. Even on an overcast day, you'll still get a percentage more than what you used to from panels from 20 years ago, for example. But they've made them a lot better than what they were, and what they can generate and what they can put back in, and the amount of sunlight they actually require now is nowhere near like what it was early days when they were all brought out. But yeah, I reckon it will do, Rob. I reckon the plug and play job straight in, full on kit comes, everything you need, just bang it all together, stick it on a frame rack system, stick it on a wall, stick it on a roof, stick it on a shed, whatever. I reckon it will become a bigger thing in UK, mate, 100%. Carl's asked us a question for Rick. I have a new tow seat that's broke the first ray of its dorsal fin when it was in transit. It's a clean break. Is it best to cut it off or try glue it back for it to heal, or just leave it alone?
It's probably impossible. Generally just leave it. Obviously, if it's there flapping about, maybe just trim the thin bit of skin that's holding it in place. The chance of if it's completely broken off is what it is. They grow back. Young fish grow more. Literally grow back and be unnoticeable in 6 weeks. It's just mad how quick they can regenerate. Yeah, but to try and glue a bone, I'm not sure that's. Yeah, pec fins are a bit different, where you can sort of stitch them and glue them and put a little brace along if you wanted to. But with young fish, generally, just leave them, and before you know it, they've kind of regrown everything, haven't they?
It can be kind of guttering, though, can't it? When you've got that, if let's say if it's a 2 or 3 year old fish and it had the perfect, and it comes and it's snapped and it's broken, and you think, because at that age it ain't growing back then, is it? I mean,
no. Once they get bigger, as the bones get bigger and the fish get older, it comes more of an issue. Anal fins are a nightmare. Yeah. Once they've torn them or broken that, they can.
One of my crashy guys on the dorsal fin has got a perfect circle on the dorsal fin, and it's been like it for 2 years, and it just will not come back together again. It's like you got everything to pull back together, but it just won't
do it.
Yeah. No. I'm just going to quickly bring up these quick pictures that Rob sent in, because hang about, let me just make sure I get this right, Rob, because I don't want to say it wrong. I built this for £200 materials and £200 materials for £200. fiberglass is made out of insulation sheets. So he's done a bit of an own project and made himself a little bit of a, I guess it's going to be a QT or a little grow on, but whichever way, for 200 quid's worth of materials, it ain't bad at all. Missed the click allow. Sorry. There we go. So he's got, basically, it's a bit like a miniature version of an easy pond. And I'm guessing at some point you're going to have to put a pane of glass in it, which will make it a little bit more expensive as well as, but when we've got that kind of a little thing for ideal for your growing shoulder with a difference, ladies and gents.
We could do a load of those in the shop. Start making them up. I'll give you 200 quid for 10 of them.
Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, that's pretty tidy job. And I think he's just sent in another little bit there. That's the bottom of it, all ready for fiberglassing, and happy days, mate.
Yeah. Insulated, fiberglassed, bottom drain.
Ideal.
And he's used a bit of an old barbecue grill for a bit of the old, stop you fry from going down the old bottom drain.
I mean, that tank's a couple of grand, isn't it, if you bought that?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but a couple of £100. It's not bad at all, is it?
It's only taken him 6 months.
Yeah, maybe you missed out on this year's growing season, like, but nice one, mate. Thank you for sharing. Right, I'll get back to the. Yeah, we've done that one for Rick.
But if you can do that.
Now we got Vince. What have you worked out what you're doing with these yet? I don't know, guys. I got no idea what this is. Silver Stars, 100. I don't. 2 jewels, 100, 6 jewels. Got no idea, guys, what it is. But Vince, I had to send him a message with this saying, "Well, that thing you did," he said, "Got no idea, guys." But I just clicked something and something happened. I've no idea what they are, or what it does, or what it is. But ask Vince; he might be able to tell you. I'm a bit behind on these ones. I don't know what they're for. But nice one, thank you. Chill. Oh, sorry, it says chilly. Topic: do you guys believe in using treatments as a preventative over cure at times?
No.
Not really. No, I'm not a great fan of it. I'm not great. I'm sure there's a lot of the treatments are not a great fan. I mean, prime example, someone phoned me up yesterday. They come in, told them to bring their fish in. Someone had a problem with their fish. They go to the aquatic shop, been sold a bottle of FMG, and was told that will cure all the stuff it lists on the bottle, which is flukes, white spot, costia, blah, 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 blah. Fish are still dying. So they've treated it, and 6 fish of whatever have now died since treating it before they've come to us for me to do a scrape. Find they got flukes, find they got water quality problems, find, there's a whole list of stuff. But obviously their first stop was be sold a bottle that says it will do everything. And now they've lost half of their pond in the meantime by not doing and that's, where'd you blame for that? But I'm not, the show's preventive. Malachite's carcinogenic, formalin's carcinogenic, potassium damages gill tissue, damages skin. You don't want to use them if you don't have to. Yeah, I mean, salt is probably the only...
Rick, I would 100% say no. I mean, treating just costs. But I know there are people out there that swear by it. They'll start the season off with a PP treatment just to make sure that they've got rid of organic load and maybe knock anything back that might be coming from. But I know there are a lot of people out there that do it. But for me, it's like taking medicine when you're not ill. When you're really going to need it, is it not going to be an issue? Or vice versa, should I say? Is it going to be an issue that you're using stuff that might not be as effective when you actually do need to rely upon it?
Yeah. I think the only one that you could probably say there actually is salt. We would use salt as a preventative. We would use salt as a tonic. We'd use salt as something to help with new filters kicking in or lots of stock being moved.
Stress fish.
One of those. Salt is probably the only
Not so much as a treatment, though, Rick, is it? As in by
It's still chemical, isn't it? It's still
it's a product that's not naturally in their environment that we use and the industry uses, but it's not like a chemical Kasuri, so, whatever, or whatever brands are available and all that kind of carry on. But it's not like that type of stuff, is it? You're not just pre-treating for flukes or pre-treating for Costia without even diagnosing whether or not you've got Costia. It's sometimes the treatments, as Rick said, I mean, I've had it, I've treated, and I know for a fact it's killed my fish, and it's been an issue because it's caused gill damage treating them. It's been the lesser of two evils. I've had to treat because I knew that there were a fish or one or two fish in there that were suffering far more than the others, and I got the others all through it, but the weaker ones ended up costing them. And Rick told me, do this treatment, do that treatment, but this might feck it up for that one. But it's better to lose just the one than lose the whole pond's worth. So
the other issue is if you go and blindly treat something because you think that's what you got, and you're going to put the treatment in now and then find that you've visited somebody that is reputable, that is going to actually identify what the cause is, and find it's another parasite. What do you do then? Because you've already got one treatment in. If you got formalin in there and then find out you got flukes, what the hell do you do?
Well, most of the treatments say formalin to do it. This is my bugbear, isn't it? You buy a bottle of FMG, it says all these things it's going to do, and yet it doesn't. The dose
unless you triple it. But
the dose of FM, dose of a bottle of formalin malachite mix, a standard dose doesn't do Costia. You've got to do it multiple times to do white spots. If you're just doing one dose, you're not going to deal with white spot. You're not going to deal with Costia. You're not going to deal with flukes. So you might knock back Trichodina or Chinadinella to a point, but at the end of the day, yeah. But then some people do it, and because they don't have a problem, before the winter and after the winter, they'll do a dose. Their fish are good. That's maybe the reason they think the fish are good or whatever.
I saw a post the other day, and I was like, I couldn't, it blew my mind, and I was like, no fucking way, man, no way. If you're not treating fortnightly with PP, you're doing it wrong. I'm like, what? What? You're treating your pond fortnightly with PP?
Yeah, that's
really
damage.
God damn.
Damage that do to your fish long term. Just
Well, you imagine what damage it's doing to your filtration as well.
Well, I mean, you guys are making a bonus out of it because that guy's got to be going out and buying new fish regular because he must be killing half of his stock throughout or reducing the lifespan at least by damaging the gills that much. Every fortnight, it takes up to 6 to 8. I think it might even be longer than that for 9 to 12 weeks for the slime coat to come back once you do PP your pond, which leaves your fish exposed to any parasites that are in there as well as. But sometimes they need to be so that you can get the treatments in there to get rid of the parasites. So you have to cut it back. But yeah, every fortnight. I couldn't believe what I was reading. I did. I thought, nah, I'm just let that one breeze. I can't be asking into discussion.
How many times did you do that? I start going like that.
I like loads of times, not like
I just can't be bothered.
fuck it,
Sorry.
delete. Can't be bothered.
I don't know. There's some stuff out there, isn't there? Who knows? At the end of the day, would you I don't know, dip your kid in a lice treatment every week in case he gets lice from school?
Yes, just in case. Yeah.
Have another dunk, lad.
Are you saying you're not meant to do that?
Yeah, Ezra's in it every day, mate.
I'm going to bring this one up because I did. Dino says, Gaz, nice to see you fishing with DT, mate. Like watching John Wilson. Mate, honestly, we went out last Saturday. I think they were here for about 5 to 9, something like that. And we were gearing. We went down and we sat there fishing. And I've got to admit, oh man, I'm rusty as hell, coarse fishing. And then Dave's got one out on feed and he's got one out on carp rod. And he bangs 2 out. And within 20 minutes, man, his feeder rod, bop, straight off. And he goes, bang, bangs in the bream. And then another one, little tench. And it were a nice tench as well. And I thought, And then rod starts running, woof, and it's off. Carp's on. I'm like, yes, go on, Dave. Catches his carp. And he did that thing like all anglers do. You know, they turn around and say, how big is it, Gaz? So I hold it up, and he holds it up, and he's holding it scales, and I go, 10.5 pound, Dave. He went, shut up. And to be fair, I thought it was bigger than that, to be fair. And he's going like, come on, what time? I says, look, 10.5 pound. And he looks at himself like 10.5 pound. So I says, do you know what, Dave? I've got 2 carp rods in my bag that I've never, ever used. The brand spanking new, I've never used them. I don't even have reels for them. I do now. But I've never even had a go of them. So he says, well, I'll tell you what, you can fish 2 rods. So I'm coarse fishing, and I'm literally banging out. I'm banging out little roach. My first roach was a good one, a nice fish, proper, bit on the slim side, but nice fish. It was this big kind of thing, you know what I mean? So, and I'm thinking that's not bad, that for first fish. And then I must have missed about 50 bites on bounce. Literally every cast, wham, float. I was just about to sink my line, float's gone, boof. I'm going, feck, you missed it again, Dave. By the time David got his carp, and he'd had a few runs, and he even got broke as well on one, and it literally rattled through cabbage lilies, and cabbage lilies shook as it went through, and I was like, shit, that were a big fish that day. And he was like, gets himself set back up, and I were into like 17 little bits. Some of them I think have got the world's Guinness Book of Records smallest roach ever caught, man. It could literally just get maggot in its mouth, and I'm not so sure it were up to it, or if it were just sucking onto maggot, and I brought it in that way, because there were no way we're getting in any other way. And we were fishing away, and we're sat there. So I says, sod it, Dave, go on, I'll bang a cat rod out. So he lent me his reel, and he lent me all, and he set me up with a rig. And he put a little snowman rig. Am I right? I think I'm right in saying it were a snowman, like one little baller with one on top. Bangs it out, pops it out there, and we're sat there, and I'm fishing away, and I'm banging out a good few fish. Every now and again, a couple of little roach, perch, getting a few bream, and I'm fishing, and all of a sudden I'm like, what the fuck's that? I turn around and have a look, and my first carp, I hadn't caught a carp on that type of system ever. The first carp I got for Dave, Dave's like that, gets it up, gets it in there, gets it weighs, and he goes, how big is it, Dave? He says, 11.4. So that was it, competition we're on then. We were trying to fish and beat each other. But we had a wicked day. We did from 9:30 till about 9:15, and about 25 to 9, we were just starting to pack up, and my carp rod run off again, and I got my second carp just the end day off, and it was mint. So much so, we went down following day, and I bought my license for club so I can fish there. And we're going to go again next weekend and take my sons with us as well. So it will wicked, proper into it. So if there's anybody out there that's any, carp
was born.
Carp anglers or bait shops out there that want to sponsor us with a couple of little rigs and what have you, feel free to get in touch, guys. That'd be absolutely banging. I'll give you a mention. I'll give you a shout in my next video. But it was absolutely mint, Dean. Proper loved it. I'm getting all my old gear out, and like Dave said, how long is it since you bought all that? I said, Dave, this tackle is literally 2 or 3 years older than you, man. And it was legit. But
the best thing about it, guys, was you didn't play a fish for half an hour and you'd find it was a £5 fish. And if you know, you know.
No, mate. To be fair, there were no messing with him. But Dave got all proper, big landing net, proper soft mat to bring them in with fold-up sides that popped up so that they couldn't jump out or wriggle out and what have you, and a proper net for weighing them off in. And we had a good time, mate. We were proper good. Looking forward to the next one, mate. Can't wait. But yeah, cheers, Dino. It was good, mate. I enjoyed it. I kind of needed it, man. I needed with everything that had been going on. Yesterday evening, I was around at my mum and dad's to do all the talk and the conversation about what we'd like to say at the funeral and everything and all the rest of it. And I really needed to just put all that behind me and have a kick back and relax, and it was real good. It's been a good long time since I've done some course fishing, but it's not going to be so long before I'll be doing some more. I think I'm going to be I might even start a second channel. Might even give I go for a bit of a fishing channel. Yeah, why not? I don't know if I can go straight into carp, Rick. I mean, what as an angler, do you like to fish? Do you like to fish for silverfish, bit bass, and all that kind of thing, or is it just pure 100%? in for your carp because I could see the attraction, mate. I was buzzing, man. My hands were shaking. I was like, shit, man, can't believe I caught one at the end of the day. I can't believe the day's going to finish on last fish me bringing in the carp, which was less than Dave's second one, but hey ho. 8.6 for his and 8.4 for second one.
For anything. At the end of the day, I see Tim's got a boat, so we go out boat fishing. We go out. I've been out with Matt boat fishing. He's turned green for a whole day.
I'm about to next Monday as well.
I've got to admit, sea fishing, man, I throw my ring up every time. I'm shit at sea fishing. It don't do me any good at all. I'm sick every time. Once I'm sick, I'm good. But I throw my
I'm like, so if I get a tangle and I have to sit there and do that, like, nah, I'll just cut the line, put new stuff on and start again.
This is exactly what I was saying. Dave's like, he's going, what's up, mate? I said, I can't even fucking see this hook to tie the bastard, man. And I'm right, with my glasses on, I can see and read this perfectly fine from that distance. With my glasses off, everything there, writing-wise, is just a complete and utter blur. But here, for detail things, it's mint. I can see it perfect. So, but I couldn't make my fucking fingers do what I wanted them to do. Everything so small in my fingertips. I'm like, how the fuck do you tie? How did I tie a 24 sized duck when I were younger? Because not a chance now.
I didn't see it now.
I know. That's what I mean. It's bad. And Dave's just looking me and taking piss out of me, like saying, "Yeah, one day I'll have those problems." But yeah, sooner than you think, mate. You watch. Sooner than you think.
I mean, carp fishing, the why it's so popular and why I don't do much.
Yeah, no,
you can literally buy the rigs, clip on everything. It's just
that's what surprised me, Ricky. So much stuff that you have like sleeves to go up your line to protect it. These little hooks that you hook stuff on, clip this on that, clip this on that. I'm thinking this is fucking mint. It's like Meccano in fishing gear. Just click it all together. Away you go. But
even like the rigs in France, they're all pre-tied, so we tie them all, but they're built in such a way you just go into a little clip. The whole thing is the leads. It's just so technical. It's quite technical, but it's very clean. You can go fishing in your nice white trainers and your big boat, and you send it out and have your beer. And so carp fishing is almost you ain't getting covered in maggot and fish slime and.
Yeah, and I've got to admit, when I hit my first bream, I was like, that's jizz all over my line. It's fucking horrible. And he's going. If anybody knows me, you know I don't like getting mucky. I don't like getting dirty at all. It's just one of my things. I don't like it at all. I try to stay even at work. I try to stay as clean as I possibly can, and I don't like getting shit all over me. And this second fish out was a decent sized bream, and my hands were just covered in shit everywhere, and it's horrible. The stuff that ladies, you know what it looks like.
Fishing, mate. Oh, mate, you got to catch the mackerel, and you're covered in mackerel like scales. You just glitter in
scales, slimy crap,
and then you're covered in fish slime, and then you catch whatever, and you're covered. And before you leave that boat, you are minging.
Like do the squid fishing. That's even better.
You got splat last year, didn't you, with squid?
The season is just about to start, and I can't wait. Yeah, and every time Sean comes over, I always mention it because it was just at the time just so funny. Do you think he got me? And turned like that, and I was just absolutely plastered.
Good for you.
Yeah, I've got to admit it was. Since I've had all that gear out and fishing, the last time I went fishing with all that gear, my youngest son was probably about 9-10-year-old, and my eldest would have been 12-13-year-old. And Brandon were really starting to get into it, but Lewis. And now they're both kind of into it, and they're wanting to get into it and start getting going. But Lewis, one of those, 5 minutes, he's had 14 tangles. We've had 2 new hooks. We've had a new float. We've got, then all of a sudden he's got bored with all that. Casting's no longer fun. Flicking maggots everywhere was the next bit of fun. And then 20 minutes after that, he's neck deep in pond because he slipped in. I'm like, fuck's sake. Gonna get everything together, put it all away, take him home because his piss went through. It was Lewis was never one that would really But now he really wants to get into it, and he's been going a couple of times with one of his mates, so he wants to get into it. Now Brandon's going to bought himself some cart rods, cart reels, get himself set up with some gear. So it might be something that I start doing with my sons a little bit more, and we can get into it. Like I did with my dad. That's what he did with me. From I think I was 6-year-old, first time my dad took me fishing, and that was, excuse the pun, but I was literally hooked from that point, and I fished. I was a junior member at Low Hills Angling Club from age of 8-9-year-old, and I'll drop my membership there when I was 45, and I haven't had it since. But since then, I never really course fished much. But yeah, I can see myself getting back into it in a big way again, especially now my sons are into it too. So sorry, diverted a little bit somewhere, but I did say to Dave I'd give it a mention, and we'll go out there and have a go. Guys, you were sponsored by Dave's Carp Fishing Adventures. Well, I suppose I am, mate. Yeah, to be fair. I mean, you were there too, mate. You just need to be getting your merch on, bud. Get some full videos out. If anybody's interested, let me know. If you wanted, if you would like to see us do a full video of us down there or go live, just type in comments, let us know. And if you're interested, I'll do it. But I don't want to make it about that on this channel too much, because it was just a bit of pastime and a bit of fun. That's the grandsons in the background. You heard that. Go for it, guys. It would be great. There we go. GKP carp fishing. Sorry, misspelled carp. Getting old. Yeah, that's it, mate. Everything's pinging. What's pinging? That's
so
me.
All the kahaku's coming in late.
Yeah, shit tons of them. Yeah, if anybody has got any kahakus that they want to enter, stick them in on Facebook.
We need to see a proper fish.
There'll be a good. There's a good few of them to come on. And Paul Cunningham.
Hang on. We've got to say a little thank you to George and Alex, the Scottish Koi Show. Took some of our fish, not for us. So, yeah, did all right up there.
Competed with them.
Yeah, they first in size and class with a Shiro, first in size and class with a Shishui, first in size and class with a Komomryu, and first in size and class with Shishui. Oh, Kinsho. So another Kinsho one. So yeah, so that's pretty good. So
that is good, Rick, though, isn't it? You're starting to get a lot more of your fish doing well in shows. Good do.
Yeah, to be winning size and classes. Yeah, I know it's a small show, but there's still, Shiro series, there'll still be up against some good stuff. So to win, well, Shishui, Kinshower, Vincent the National winning with that winning there, got to be good.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I think the Crouch Valley was a good show as well. So yeah, it's roll on to the Great British. No, North of England next. Actually, Paul Cunningham's showing it. That one.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Paul's next one.
He better have sent a kahaku in.
He has, mate. I'm just looking. Yeah, he has.
Qualifier.
He's got some bangers. He has. I mean, probably, to be completely fair, it's probably a good idea to start doing the koi appreciation, because there was a hell of a lot of them sent in, and with all the new guests and the new members to the Gazza's Koi Pond community, there's a lot of ponds to be looking at too. Not massive amounts, but thank you very much for everybody that did send some in. Right then, let's bring them up. Let's see what we've got.
Has everyone put them in the right place?
No, mate, they're all over the place as per and as usual. And sorry for all those that don't know, if there's anybody that is watching that doesn't normally watch. On a Thursday evening, what we do is a koi appreciation, and by that we ask you, the public, to send in your koi of a particular choice, or sometimes we let the audience choose, or other times Rick chooses, I choose, Matt choose, and we have a koi appreciation hour, which normally ends up going longer than an hour. You send in your fish, but we also would like to encourage you to send in pictures of your ponds and pictures of your gardens and your pond stock as you would see them every day for yourself, and share how you've got if you want to go in depth and do a full filter, walk through. You don't have to do any talking, but you can just show everything that you've got, kind of thing. And then we'll appreciate them when it comes up next week as well. So let's kick in. Anybody that needs to know Gazza's Koi Pond community, and I will post a quick link to it. Copy it, bang that in there. If anybody's interested and does want to join, feel free. Link there and drop in your fish for next week or this week if you're quick. Right then, Paul Cunningham says, I'm having trouble sending photos via mobile videos in. Paul, between me and you, mate, right, you were having trouble just in general of sending videos and photos of fish. We've sat there for a good hour trying to talk you through this in the past. So I'm not half surprised. But we'll find what we can, mate, and we'll put on what we can.
Paul, message them to me and I can send them to Gaz.
Yeah.
Unless that's why my phone was going bonkers earlier.
Could be, couldn't it? 10 joules, golden coin. What the hell, Vince? What are you doing? What is all them things about, man? I don't even know what that is. Send gold coins for 10 joules. Thank you, I think. Let's get into it. Let's find the first ones. I tell you what, we've got Amanda Smith sent in some nice ones too. Rick sent us in some nice ones as well for us to be having a look at as well. So let's bring these up and make a start. And Matt now is quickly trying to go through his mobile phone to see if he can find any pictures of carcools because he completely forgot. Being a fish koi dealer, you'd have thought he'd be wanting to showcase some of his lovely carcool, wouldn't you, for all you ladies and gents to go out there and buy. Right, first one. Let's get in with all comments. And we'll go with the first one is Adam Northwest, who sent in this video, which looks like, oh my God, like that. What a start.
Done. Winner. Sorted.
Yeah, done. Finished. Right. Koi appreciation's over and done with. There we go. There's the first. Fucking hell. Adam, that's nice, mate.
Yeah.
That's a big fish, you know.
Lovely pattern.
That's a meter ball, and that's looking like that's 90 plus cm, I would have said.
I think he put the size on, didn't he, Gaz?
Did he? We'll go back and check, but oh damn. Sorry for everybody else that might have said anything in that's not as nice as that, because that's a good that's a good fish to start with, isn't it? I'm sorry. I apologize. But it's not about the assassination, it's about the appreciation. We're here to enjoy them, and that
it's a lovely fish, isn't it? That would grace the koi show all day long, isn't it? It
would, wouldn't it? Perfect free step, man.
It's not 90 there.
Yeah, I think he was
85. It's got to be 87 at least.
But anyway,
this is worth bringing up as well. Alan's just put in there the coin display at the Scottish show were excellent quality. Not easy to win any award when done. Well done to all hobbyists who showed. Thank you very much, Alan.
He's just reaffirming how good mine were.
For all those that can hear the pings now, that's everybody else. And it's normally Tony Farmer Koi that sends me about 500 in at last minute. Bang of that, mate. Right, let's go to the second one. Josh, who's put in this carco it's a trick. Let's see who can spot it and why. Let's see who can spot it and why. This is a trick. What am I missing? What's the trick, Josh?
It's another nice free step. It's almost the
Yeah,
same.
it is. What bit did I miss there? Oh, 88 cm. It's not far off. Adam's 88 cm. Not far off 90, was it? That. There you go. Sally Harfields. And this is one of the grown shows from last year. I think that just said there, did it?
Yeah, mate. She didn't enter this in the actual competition. That's.
It's really a gosh game. Maybe. Not that one, obviously. The one before.
That kahaku's got a good future, mate. That's a nice fish.
That's got some good big power up front, hasn't it? That. Look at fucking shoulders coming on that thing.
Yeah, so that's one of last year's gas wads. So that's, I think, nearly
Wow.
40 PM now. So a bit more colour food, a bit more, another year or two. I think
that's a show contender as well.
Got a good future.
Yeah. Nice that, Sally. And if that's one that you picked and graded out and sorted out through, you know, and selected yourself, well done. Good choice.
That's enough, Paul. Jesus. Free to do. Pick your best one. Right.
Right, Paul. You're sending your tons.
They're coming to you now.
And we got this one that says, my old mirror camp tried to leave the pond, jumped out and safeguards.
Yeah,
Why not happy about the light getting broken?
I saw this. It's a hell of a shot.
Well, why? Although it's not, you know, it's koi appreciation regardless, but one of his, I'm guessing. Yeah, the lamp took that one, didn't it? There we go. Rigs are coming in now. Oh dear. Amanda Smith's got a right ball full here. She still can't manage to turn her phone in that direction, though. And insists on them being that way. Let's have a look at these up close.
Two-step one out on the right.
The gin.
Yeah, that one there. I think it's
Yeah.
that bowl.
For me, I would have liked to have seen a little bit less, a bit more white on tip nose as it on the other two. But you know, a lot of people like a full-headed pattern. It's not my first pick choice, but two-step gin ring's nice. Pecs on that one in middle.
Oh, shit.
Is this the same ball or another ball? Oh.
Ah, that's nice. Well, nice pattern, isn't it?
I always hit wrong one, don't I, man? There we go. I mean, to be fair, that's a decent ball of fish, isn't it, really, that? That is nice.
Nice little pattern.
Four-step, isn't it?
Nice four-step, that, isn't it?
Quite quirky. It's hard when the first one we get in is nearly 90 centimetre. Like.
Yeah, no, I know. It's I kind of spoilt it, didn't I? A little bit, somewhat. But again, nice ball of fish in there, Amanda. She got some bangers.
Right.
Collins. This is nice. I already had a sneaky look at this, but this one is nice. And I'm thinking that's from the Crafty's Growing Show, the same one as where mine Rick's came from, and everybody else, you know, obviously were there on the day. But mate, that's turned out to be a banger.
Benny is thick on that, isn't it?
It is, isn't it? And consistent all the way through too.
Yeah, that's good.
I've got to admit, mine's not as nowhere near as big as that cold, but I'm proper happy with the kahaku that I've got, and the growth that it's got could have been better. Yeah, 100%. But the quality of the fish, the Throjin, the Benny on mine is absolutely stunning too. I like it. But that's really nice, mate. I just wish I could afford to eat my pond and a big air pond and all the rest of it so I could get fish to that stature.
Yeah, the quality that's nice, and it looks like a man. But yeah, the skin's lovely. That's lovely.
Carl Thomas's Mariama Kahaku. This is from earlier on in the year, currently growing nicely in my grown. I would put an update video on, but the water is like pea soup.
Nice, isn't it? It's got a couple of rogue sort of scales that a bit of secondary on the face. Quality's nice. Could do going back out to Japan and having a little bit of a.
I said if you were out there in Japan, it might just get this a couple of little areas just tweaked up. That one there, and maybe there.
Benny's nice. Shape's nice. Skin's nice.
Yeah, it is. Saroj is good as well.
Yeah.
Quirky head pattern makes it a little bit more unique, doesn't it? Be nice to see what it looks like next year, mate, when we go for Kahaku again next season. We'll see. See how it develops, Carl. Right, next one. Yeah. Oh, even Alan Tate on that one, stunning Colin. For Kahaku in the nearly finished pet pigeon passed over. I mean, I'm sure that's what that just said. Oh, look at that. That's nice. Oh, there you go. There's the pigeon that just flew over the top there. And a bit of a garden tour as well. Oh, see, it's an L-shaped pond. Sweet. That's unusual. There we go. Nice. Somebody actually thought about it, did a bit of a koi appreciation and a pond, a double windowed.
Yeah,
that's nice, isn't it? Look at that. That's a good fish, that.
Very nice. Always got a heron look. Quick, get rid of it.
Quick, yeah, shoot it. I mean, yeah, scare it away.
Was it on its own or in a group?
No, that was coming. I think that's all that we've got that's been posted there. But I'm pretty sure this gentleman, in fact, if we can, Colin's there. Can anyone trump me with 5 heron? In 4 heron in his field outside of his pond, and he actually said in the video, yeah, in this one, if anybody wants to watch it. I've got to admit, Joe made me laugh with that one. Somebody asked to introduce himself and took a picture, like to share a picture that I said, she looks frozen. Joe comes back with, let it go, girls.
You've got the, I don't know. Who in their right mind is going to know about that film?
Envy with kids and grandkids. Somebody's nice pond there. Some good aragokis in there too. In fact, we should be able to go through this and say Lee Stocks got a good few carco in his pond there. This nice garden and nice pond as well, man.
Oh, sweet, isn't it?
Can you see? Is that? Do you think that's a Benny Kumon rule there? Because if it is, that's a pretty big Benny Kumon rule.
Your eyes are better than mine. I couldn't even see it.
Well, we're going to get to find out. Oh, God damn. Look at that there, man.
No herring getting in there.
No. Oh, maybe it might have been the Deutsch shower. Oh, is it Deutsch? Hang on a minute. What was that? Goshki? No, shower.
I like that Kahaku there, top left.
Kahaku is sweet.
That is stunning, man. Pattern on that. Again, for me though, that quirky head pattern like that is beautiful. Sorry, the first one might have just been tipped.
It's difficult.
He's got a nice fish in there, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for sharing that, Lee. I hope you don't mind all those that did post them in the new bit. God damn, look at Tancho as well.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Great big massive Yamabuki as well. Good man. Best fish in there, that. Big Sarah going, oh, back there, no.
Yeah, that's a
Well, yeah, that's a proper pond of fish, isn't it?
Yeah, there's
They don't look, but when they get to that such a size, when they just cruise around, it's so elegant, and it's just.
The stupid thing is that pond looks about 2 foot deep.
It doesn't look massively deep, does it? But it's got some volume to it with the size and length, width.
It'd be deep as well, wouldn't it?
it's deep in your face. It's clear water, isn't it?
Yeah.
Look at it. God damn, man, that is mint. Let me pause it on that. We've gone too far. Bastard. Look at that, man.
Yeah. That looks a good 80 cm as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Head pattern on that is absolutely stunning.
I still think the first one might beat it though. That's mad, isn't it? God.
For me and my pattern choice, because the Sarojin, the Benny, and the body shape to that fish and the other fish are banging. For me, if it were purely going down to picking with your pattern preference there, all day long with that one. But mate,
I think that's the sort of
some people
pond.
have got some beautiful fish, man.
That's the sort of pond that everybody wishes they had, isn't it?
Look at the Shisui.
Yeah, it's a good stamp of fish there, isn't it? You could go to every show in the country and take different fish from there to each show.
Yeah. And
You've got enough choices there to crack on.
and come on with some decent fish as well. Wow, man.
No, we haven't really seen, but that's a good
Look
guy.
at this. That's a unit and all, isn't it? Look at that, man. The Sankey too.
And the
Yeah.
box.
Wow.
That's nice.
Not being funny, guys, but I could literally sit and look at them and watch them for a good long while.
So he's got fun. He's got lighting on that pond as well, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, yeah.
Strip lighting and stuff going on. Light there, light over in the corner.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Look at Shower, man. Wow.
It's not Shower Appreciation Day.
I don't care. I mean, that's koi appreciation, isn't it? That is mint. Water's like glass. Pond is fucking huge.
Really good carp in there.
80 cm-ish plus. Oh, look at the Shuru Atsuri there and all, man. Jesus Christ. Man, he ain't got a bad fish in there, has it? On to the next. Sorry, gents, ladies and gents. Don't feel pond envy like me. We're here to appreciate them all. Again, there are some nice fish in there too. Tancho, thank you.
I think about the only fish not in there is a kahaku, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Some nice little fish there, though.
Yeah, there is. Mr. Tate's just put in there superb collection of koi, and I've got to agree, mate. Yeah, that they could have graced any show, that couldn't they? Let's skip through them. That one would gob open there right at window. Paul Cunningham's Now, this gentleman's got some nice fish, ladies and gents. We get to see them all as individuals, but he did post this too. And he did put a little message with this, but I mean, Jesus Christ, man. Calm down, Paul.
The down the bottom's good, isn't it? I think they're all pretty good, isn't it?
Oh, pretty good. Again,
that marker at the front there, that looks better there than perhaps the photo he's got of it.
I do recognise a good few of these. There's one in particular that I really am interested in. I'm hoping to God he's sent in.
I think he has. I think I've just sent it to you. That's nice. That Kahaku there. To be fair, that's
4-step.
right.
3-step going under there, man.
He only feeds peaches and cream as well.
My arse, he does. You can get peaches, you can get your fish looking that good on peaches and cream. I'll bring you 4 years supply of them, and I'll bring you a couple of my favourites to grow on.
Paul, wait till you get one of my fish in there, mate.
Look at that, man. Look at all them. Paul, you've got some bangers as well, mate.
Mate, but that's some good size, good quality
Some
fish.
big fish in there. Paul, type in comments for us, mate. What's the average size in there? Average. And then back to humble beginnings. Oh, and us. There we go. So that's all the ones that have just been posted recently. Let's see what we've just got in a quick refresh from everything else that everybody else has sent in, and then we'll go on to Paul Cunningham's, because there's one in particular, ladies and gents, that I really do want to see. Is that the same pond? Let's see if they've been posted in here now. I don't know. I mean, Adams is fucking nice, man.
Is Alan saying that Shiro was New Forest Shiro?
He said, "Oh, that's what he said." New Forest Shuro.
No, not no, but that's not in there yet. I don't think that's in his grow on.
That is banging it up.
That is mint.
Yeah, if you textbook, I mean, it's literally.
It's perfect, isn't it? It's literally perfect.
If I had a better odor, that's like it's just
Yeah,
mega, isn't it? But he's just
Sashi and Kiwa on it. Wow,
fair play. Anyone that can get fish that big and still look that good,
and
have the balls to put it in a little bowl like that and wait for it to jump out. It's just like
flipping heck, man.
That's stunning.
Yeah.
Right. Let's see if there was any. Let's see if there was any newest. See if there were any different ones posted in. Mark Childs, go on, mate. Let's have a look at this one. Again, that's a clunker too.
That looks like Matt's away one.
Does.
That looks. Sure. Have you been selling it?
No,
What's
still
the big gap in there and all? Matt, that might outdo yours. Big mirror he had in there. Then did you see it? Does it come down? And have you seen how it gets right up to edge and hides so you can't get camera on it? You're not filming me, mate. Where did you see mirror cat coming down here, Matt?
it's not as big as mine.
What about the mirror cat? Nice one, Mark. Nice mirror cap too.
Good car, could have.
Andy Morley's.
Right, do you know what?
Hey, let's have it. That's a decent sized Thomas Abba, mate.
It's a good Tamasawa, but yeah.
That was a good one. Nice Benny on it as well. For all those that hate, I'm sorry, guys, we're going to get to watch the video twice because I really do like them. And that's a banger, mate.
Love the way it sort of rolls into the pond as well.
It's the fact that they just fit perfect in your hand with that little dumpy belly. They just sit perfect.
Just ready for a good shot over the fence.
Oh, I either love him or you hate him. Andy Morley's what we got in this one. Ginrichag. Not quite Kahaku, but again, we'll appreciate it. I'm gonna do Mr. Cunningham's last because
Alan saying the Shiro's in the pond. That was the Shiro. And Paul Cunningham's.
How was it?
was it? Or I've got to go
That's
back
what
and
it
look at that.
I can't have one of my fishing with that lot. That's just
That's
that's
what
not
he said.
right. That's not right.
In the ball.
Yeah.
The Benny's good on that.
It does. It looks so much like your Matsui one, Matt. That's mad, isn't it?
She's cleaning up now in the new pond so well.
Yeah. That's a nice fish there.
Yeah.
It's just a few scales on that second down at the front of the pattern that are the difference sort of between like that and that first one. That's just mega.
It makes the class difference from immaculate to
But it's still
textbook to
absolutely stunning. But bone structure, yeah, it's lovely.
Andy Muller's, that's the same one again. Oh, Rob's. Oh, yeah. Oh. A nice free step again.
Lovely shape, lovely skin. It's good fish, isn't it? Weird little things. The way the Benny comes to the other side of the dorsal on the white side almost, it gets a little bit creeps under.
Yeah, as it goes underneath.
And it's just like tiny little bits like that in it that just. But the fish is good. But yeah, when the fin rolls over, you just see it on the other side, just 2 or 3 scales.
Yeah, just here.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's Momotaro growing show fish as well as that's another one then.
Is Collins definitely one of them? Was it?
Yeah, 100. I'm almost 100% sure it is. Colin are telling me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure it was.
That was a good batch of fish.
Yeah, it was a good batch of fish, mate.
Good.
61 CF. Oh my god.
See, that's
Wanted to make sure we got a real look at it.
They're missing the scale. It's lost the scale in it in the belly.
Yeah.
But again, that's nice. There's some good competition in the Kahakus, isn't it? Jesus.
There is. I've got my winner though. I'm 100% sure about my 1.5. I think. Yeah. Again, another one. What was that? Was 68 cm, 61 cm, and then we've got Milton, which is picking out. I'm forgetting his name. Is that the same one? Is this the L-shaped pond? It is. Yeah. We've already looked at that one. Just want to make sure I don't miss any. Yeah, it is Momotaro from Crafter's Grown Show. Yeah, it is.
Right.
52 cm. I bet mine's about 46 cm now.
I think that's one of the best ones from the event. It wasn't one that placed at the event, was it?
No.
Aaron did Aaron win it?
I don't know. I don't think. No, Aaron got
best non-heated, wasn't it? Someone else had a better heat one.
That one grew like stink, didn't it? What's this one? This is the gentleman that was having the problem in his pond and losing a few fish, and this is his fish now. So good to see, Alan. That they're all on the mend, mate. We've not lost anything else over the last 2 days, so thank God. Happy days, bud. Nice one. Right, let's do it. Let's bring in. Oh, it's there. It is. It's there as well, man. Yes. It is a bit. Wait. Have a look at that.
It's hard to compare that against a bigger fish. Is difficult, but that's the quality of that's lovely. You wait. Paul gets that up to 70, 80 cm. That would look mental, wouldn't it?
Beautiful and all, isn't it? There's one in particular, ladies and gents, and it's because it's on the intro to this live and the outro of this live, and it's a fish that he purchased, and I think it's absolutely amazing. I think it's the best carco I've ever seen. I just really want to see it get some mass and some size to it. So let's see if it is this one. There we go. There it is. That is mint. Quirky head. Just put some size on it, man.
Yeah, I think the
like
pattern
a jigsaw puzzle. That
is so
pattern's
intricate.
crazy.
Unfortunately, it's like that bit on the shoulder where the pattern's almost closing.
This bit here.
Yeah. I think that was a bigger gap when it was younger, wasn't it? I think
It's closing up, isn't it?
still a mega fish.
Oh,
It's still, for me, the
First fish.
That's lovely, but that's so
Yeah,
interesting. That's got so many areas. Yeah, that's pretty mega, though, isn't it?
yeah, it is.
Is that the Mariama one, isn't it?
Did he only send 3?
He only sent me 3 still shots, but I did say stop sending. My phone's just got. Ezra sent me 57, but he's in Paris at the minute, so he's been to the Picasso thing and photographed every Picasso work of art and sent them to me. Which is great. Yeah.
I'm going to have a look. I'm going to look on Outro now to see if that's bigger or smaller. I think we've mentioned this before, but
We could do it later. He's got.
yeah. Anyway, we've got an absolute ton of them to go through right quick to get back to Rick's, because these are right. There we go. This is the first batch. You sent the first photo, I believe, in it, first video, Rick, that you sent in saying there's a few good kahaku in there.
Yeah. So all these ones we did with Joe. So the Sakai Company one that comes up there, Crimson Factor, I reckon that's a sister of Paul Cunningham's big one. That one there.
Yeah, really?
They're sisters.
So next one then is this one.
So I've videoed that because that's been sat in our shop at 95 quid, and I'm like, sod it, I'm keeping it myself.
Nobody's bought that for 95 quid.
It's just
You
like,
for real?
yeah, I just I can't. I'm keeping it.
My
It's
God,
too
man.
good.
What size are we looking at for that, Rick? How big's that?
Only about 30 centimetre toe size. Well,
Yeah.
it's now going into knee size. So yeah, so I've just brought a couple of Dainichi ones that size, Kinsen line ones, and they're like 300-400 quid each. That's as good as them, and we can't sell it for 95 quid.
What? That's mental.
Well, we're not selling it now because I've kept it.
Yeah. Look at that. And that's not sold for 95 quid. That is unreal. Not that you can have it now anyway.
So,
It'll be available in a few years' time. I put these for them. I was going to do a little ABCD. People can take their pick and what's the best and whatever.
Right.
But I think we're going to run
So
out.
we'll go A, B, C, D. Ladies and gents, pick your winner. Which you prefer,
them
which you
four,
like,
so-
which is the best 4. So we'll go
On the
either
list.
A, B, C, or D.
And there's a video of them as well. Should-
Yeah.
February the 14th, I know which one it'd be.
Yeah.
See, look at that. It stands out.
There you can see him in the ball video. I'll go back, Stephen, because there's somebody else just sent me a message to say I will go back and double check.
So yeah, these are again all a year old, just over a year old. And then
No,
we're heading to the shop. That one's Aragoki Deutsch.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you've seen them all in a video. Get your answers in the comments, ladies and gents. A, B, C, or D. Which would you have? Which would you buy? Which would you like? Which would be your winner?
Mine would be A.
You've gone from A to C to B to D.
No, I was just saying at Valentine's it'd be C, but today would be A.
Fair enough. I'm going to keep my trap shut.
Because you can always rely on our poll to make it confusing. C, A, D, B. We're just the winner. Just so that'd be C. A. What we're going to get here? C, D, D, A, C, A, C, D, C definitely, A, B.
So we got some. This is the thing about choice.
See, a lot of people going for the B. A few D's. A's. Looks like A's going to take it.
That's mad, isn't it? So obviously, if a judge come in, they'd put them in order of what's in there. I'd have a different order to a judge on those. I think.
For me, I'd go B, A, if we're going to do it in the order, and then go C, D. Sorry, C, D. D as being the third, and that heart-shaped one being the last one.
But if D had a bit of training Benny around the tail area, that would totally change, wouldn't it?
Aragoki wise, because it's I like a good Aragoki, but this one would be my last. This two are too much of a big open bit there for me.
D needs some Benny at the back end.
I'll paint some on for you.
Yeah, I like that one. That's my number one. B.
For me, yeah. For me, B wins it all day long. But if you're judging them, the skin quality and whatever of C down the bottom today.
Yeah, the Cerrone and the Benny is far richer in this, isn't it?
But yeah, long term, yeah, B is the one. B's the one for me, in my opinion. What do I know? And I've just put this one in because how often do you see a Ginrin Aragoki Kahaku?
I don't know, but I like that too, mate. I might have made that my number one now.
No, this isn't involved in it. This is just.
It is now. I just chose it.
I don't know how people are going to take them. I'm not sure. We've got quite a lot of them.
It's different, isn't it?
It is different, yeah.
So yeah, I'm not that taken. I don't know. I'm not so keen on them, but
I don't know. Something different. That's the bit I like about them. That was the still.
That's the photo of it. So what's the consensus on the 4? What did we go for? Who won that?
Who won that on the ball of 4? Oh my God. Is it for sale, Mark says? Which one? B?
Evidence for sale.
B.
Sell them all. Actually, no, the first one's not because I'm going to keep it out of spite because no one brought it.
C, D, D, A, C, D, C, A, B.
So not many
D,
B's. So this
D,
is mad, isn't it?
D, A, B, B, B.
Oh, well, that was right.
A, D, D, D. D took it, mate, all day long. A, B. Yeah. More D's than out. So the Aragoki.
And I'd say that's the worst fish in the bowl.
Yeah. Ladies and gents, just so you just in case you didn't know, this is the best one.
In our opinion, but maybe in other people's opinion, everyone wants D.
Until you go to that one, and then that one is.
No, not. It's not for me.
I quite like that. I mean, if I put a mouse there, then I quite like it. Oh, in case it disappeared. I don't want to see that little bit there.
It's all right.
Body lets it down. And then, yeah. Oh my God. Right, let's see if we can find the ones that I missed. Ricardo's video. Oh, what are we doing that for? Just play it normal. There is a Lukaku in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's got a quirky face pattern.
All that. Why is that playing so choppy?
I don't know. I think I recognise that one with the face pattern.
I'll play on dial-up then. And then we've got one more to have a look at as well. Let's see if we can find that one, which was, what was the gentleman's name? Typed in, Gaz, did you see my fish? It's back up here above. There we go.
Stephen Wiles.
Oh, shit. Oh, we missed Stephen.
How did you miss that?
How did we miss it, buddy? It's a late entry.
Oh, disqualified.
God damn. Steve. Oh, worth giving me a nudge, mate, and saying you missed me, Kaku.
Pretty good 4-step, isn't it?
That is a good 4-step. Saroj is lovely on it.
I'm not sure. I'm not so keen on the body shape, but I'm not sure if that's just the photo.
We'll give it the benefit of the doubt and say it's just the photo because he caught it mid-bowl swimming.
Video it.
Thank you, Vince, for these golden coins. What is it, Vince?
He's gambling. It's bingo.
Gambling.
Bingo night.
There is another one, he says. Just to make things right.
What's the next one down?
There's no... Is it posted in the same place, Steve? That's what we want to know. Let's make sure we do newest. Try it.
There it is up there.
There it is. You can't hide them from me, Steve.
Oh, shit. That's better than the other one.
Why weren't these at the National?
Wow. Brian Allen says, hi, fellas, missed mine too. Oh, damn it.
Isn't that the one that won Young Champion last year?
Yeah, and he done slight damage, actually. Remember.
That's.
I mean, right, for me, Steve, it is an exceptionally nice fish. I just wish that Tancho spot hadn't been generated because that ain't legit.
Well, it went for the National and was allowed.
You reckon?
It won Young Champion last year, didn't it? I'm sure it did.
Yeah, it did.
Fuck me, then, if that's real, if that's that.
So that came through Marcus through Ryan, I think, 2 years ago.
Oh, there you go, then. I rest my case.
That for me is
shit, man.
Superb.
That is one hell of a pattern, that.
Yeah,
I wonder how big that is, because that looks like a decent length fish as well. Let's see. We got to be. Oh, come on.
55.
Yeah, easy. Go, come on, down ball. That's it. Right to end. Let's see. We're going to get to find out.
It's going to be close to 55.
50 plus, isn't it?
Yeah, I like that. I like
one young chunk. One young
champion.
I nearly said it in Japanese then, didn't I? And there was one more. Who else has I said there then? I missed Brian's. Let's see if we can find Brian's. Not there in that list. You posted it in the same place, Brian? Anonymous participant. There we go.
It's Ricardo's, isn't it?
Ricardo's is running. We'll put it on because it's playing smoothly there. There you go, Ricardo. It's playing smoothly now.
That's quite a quirky pattern on that little fella. That with the one with the eye patch. Need to get it in a bowl, mate.
Sorry, guys, it was a bit murky. Could just have a feed.
It was a bit murky because it just had a feed. Most of them are yours, Rick. He says there. Most of them are theirs. Not sure. Technophobe. Oh, Brian, that's not making it any easier. Let's see if we can go with all comments and make sure we haven't missed yours in there. Come on. Refresh, you piece of shit.
Stashed.
I hate Facebook so pants, man.
Proper slow compared to everything else, isn't it?
Yeah. Vince is going to send me a message in the next couple of days and turn around and say, I don't know what happened, guys, but it cost me an absolute fortune. Oh, there's another one there.
It's a Kikasui, though, isn't it?
Oh, it is, yeah. We're cheating there, Roy. It's a Kikasui, bud. It's metallic.
You can send it in when we do them.
Yeah.
What's that top corner picture there? Is that not?
That's Paul Cunningham's. Look at that.
So where's that been hiding?
Which one? That
That
one.
picture
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. It's Paul Cunningham's again.
He's got some fish, hasn't he?
Sent off. Vince doesn't know what he's doing, but he has sent us a picture in as well.
Right,
Come on.
my vote goes to the very first one we saw. As I called it, done. Because that's
Oh, this is what it is. Whatever these are, send a gift. That's what you're doing, right? Still no wiser, but at least we know what it is.
Why? What? That's
Some
like
kind of
Ezra will be playing. That's like Pokemon. Mate, no.
Hey, but is there two more that we've missed on there? No, they're all.
No.
We've done them all. We've done them all, but I can't find the other gentleman's.
You did. It was a Kikasui.
It was Brian Allen. I sent that one in. All right, now all jewels are coming in, so everybody knows what they are. I don't even know what they are. Very much whatever they are. Don't know.
If it was about numbers of good fish, Paul would be winning it.
Paul Windmills, we found some more, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice.
Paul Windmills there as well. Ginrin Kahaku, 22 cm. Sorry for the poor quality photo. It's not easy, mate, so you don't need to apologise.
Very nice.
This is where Paul's been posting them in low. Stevens posted the one in there too.
Is that a secret stash in there?
Gavin's. Again, that's another nice one. Is that Deutz? No.
It's good though, isn't it? The level of fish is lovely.
The Kakus tonight have been banging.
Christ, we could have a whole show with this lot.
Look at that.
That's quality.
That is quality.
Cracking pattern, and that.
Matt, have a think, because I know it takes a little bit of time for you to process through it.
What's he calling you slow?
Well, say for next week.
Yes.
Achiba.
Achiba.
Yeah.
Favorite Koi Kakuya from Brian Allen. We found it.
Mate, that's a stomach.
Found it, mate. Here we go.
The water clarity there, eh? Jesus.
That's mint and all. Paul, exactly, mate. I mean, that one chap on his own, he could have had 4 or 5 vats, couldn't he? And brought all lot to the show and smashed it. I mean, you could. To be fair,
there's some really good big fish at the National, weren't there?
Yeah.
But, mate, that's good as well.
It is good. In
That
fact,
was
there's
a
a
medal, but mate,
we found it, Brian. We found it, and it was worth it. Little pip nose. Nice.
clean. It's clean. Look at it's just that's lovely.
Well, right. This is going to be an hard one.
It's not the first one still takes it for me.
I don't know, that pattern on that other one was mint.
I know, but a fish of nearly 90 centimeters, just looking like that is.
And we've seen all yours, Paul. So thank you very much, ladies and gents, for sending all them in. Right. So let's go back to the first one, because it is good, isn't it? That's mint.
It's perfect, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, that is.
Even the dogs.
That's a textbook free step, isn't it? That really is textbook.
Inca.
I don't know if Mr. Tate's still watching, but that'd be a fish that you'd appreciate to be judging at a show. Hard choice tonight, Vince. I reckon too.
Oh, that's not. That's mega.
First Kaku. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. I mean, we can't argue with that, ladies and gents. Head judge from the UK, been all over the country, all over the world doing it, and he says that's number one. That's good enough for me.
Oh, you didn't take it from me then?
Can't argue with an head judge, can you? You can't. It's like arguing. Hang about. We have got some more. We have.
Do not. We can't be doing any more.
We've got Lee's. Even though he's out there in Turkey on his holiday, he still managed to make sure that he sent us his free bangers into, and they are free nice fish too. And I think, if memory serves, smallest is about 69, 70 odd, and pushing 80 on biggest.
That's a bowl, isn't it?
That's a bowl of fish, isn't it, that? There's a lot of people out there that have got beautiful fish, man, that you should be showing. Well, not. It'd be nice to see you showing them. I won't say you should be, but goddamn, I'd appreciate looking at them in a vat. That is for sure.
So, how many males and females we got in there?
You're 2 males and 1 female.
I'm agreeing with you.
Male, female. You reckon?
I'd go, yeah, the male's either side and the female through the middle, but yeah. There's some good kahakis out there. That's
Kaku LA.
If we disqualified the first one, then it'd be a tighter competition, wouldn't it?
Now, a lot. Lee's just put in here that ball gas was less than 2K in total.
For most people, they'd still wet themselves.
That's what he's been telling us. That's what he's been saying while he's on holiday. Yeah, less than 2K this ball. Bangers, Emily. Right, ladies and gents, that is the end of tonight's Koi Appreciation. But thank you very much for all those that went to the trouble to post the videos, and for all those that did the pond videos as well, because I really do enjoy seeing them. So appreciate it all. Anything else you gentlemen would like to talk about? As we now know that there's one guy that's in the group that's got some absolutely stunning fish, man.
Yes.
In fact, several people in the group that have got some stunning fish.
I had a guy come in the other day and said, "Oh, you seen the video of Kentro Sacco Fish Farm? There's an interview with Seabay, and he took it from the interview that by using RG92, they've doubled their egg production and now got the best." So watch it. I took it something completely different from that. It's a good interview, but it's amazing how you can. He's watched it, come to me and said, "Oh, so and so's using this, and they've doubled their egg production, and they've had the best of a year." So I've watched it, and yeah, I took something completely different from the video. That's the beauty of it. So yeah, it's a good yeah. To when you see the work he does, the fact he gets up in the morning and cooks breakfast for his 20 staff himself at 7 a.m. before they all get to work, 20 of them grading fish every day to do their 30 million fish. It's like, holy shit, they're fish houses, and it's just one of those. Yeah, people come to us and go, your farm's massive, and it's like, oh my god, no, it's not. It's a puddle. When you see what they've got, man, is just
what they do.
But even there, he's got parents that have only spawned once. He's got, but this year, for the first year ever, they've hand stripped all their fish, as we've been doing for donkey's years, and had their best ever year. But you could take it that they fed an algae, which they've been feeding for years, that makes a difference. People can make up their own minds. But it's quite a nice.
Worth a watch then.
I think so. If you like koi, innit? If you want to see how 30 million, literally 30 million Sankeys and Kahakus, 30 million.
I don't think the RG92 is still available yet, is it?
Oh, come on. It's got to be available. My fish have been on it for weeks.
I'm just checking.
Lee's just saying there that he went on some kind of a little safari or a zoo type thing, and his missus got bit by a lion. There's not many people can say that, Lee.
Got bit by a lion?
Yeah, like she was cuddling some lion cubs.
All right.
And one of them, they're not fucking small though, mate. They're a big sized lion cub. That's not something I'd have fancied getting bit by. But yeah, not many people can say that, mate.
If you're a lion, then you're going to take that risk, aren't you?
That's it.
Not like you got bit and wild by one. You're cuddling them.
Colin says the owner of Keegan and RG92 Food is on the Koi Show tomorrow, so we'll be interesting to see what he has to say. There you go.
And hopefully he'll still be supplying me mine for the food trial. But yeah, honestly, if you just watch the interview, so a lot of Edgy, they've been using it for different things. So for transporting fish, obviously Sacco use it for their tosai and their parent fish. They can buy it in little vials and add it to stuff. So yeah, interesting.
Is the RG92 just a brand of food then?
No, RG92 is a type of algae that they've distilled or
discovered
found in a hot spring that makes people better quicker. It's anti-inflammatory. It's got all these benefits. The first research was done years ago on flounder farms, and so it's something. But if you read into any superfoods, be it spirulina, be it whatever, there's many out there that do similar stuff, but it's one of those things that sounds too good to be true.
Wasn't it? It was a post I saw the other day. Wasn't it a chap that was 78 years of age? He never fathered any kids, went for a swim in the spring, and he had triplets 2 weeks later.
So taking serious there, ladies and gentlemen. I was saying that with his gas.
Tell you what, that's a joke about sticking your head in the sand there somewhere. Because if you, yeah, I think it's one of those things you can boo-hoo all these things, but actually, it's proven it's got benefits. Can you put enough in a food to make a difference? Can it make that much of a difference? Food does make a difference massively, but we shall see.
We've had a late entry on the Kahaku.
Oh,
this one's also got to be a winner.
Can't have any more.
There's got to be a winner.
Look at that.
It's a bonny dog, to be fair. Right then, ladies and gents, massive thank you as always for joining us this evening. Matt is now going to tell us what his koi of the week next week is going to be. And did I, from memory serves, did you say Ochiba?
Ochiba.
So, Ochiba for next week, guys. And for all those that don't know what that is, that's an Achiba. It's just how Rick says it. And
Or
I think
Achiba.
sounds good. Are we going with all types of Achiba?
Yeah, scalp knot.
Yeah.
Or Aragoki as well.
Aragoke. Nice.
Matt had a nice one, but
Lagoi.
it turned into a jag.
But yeah, thank you very much, ladies and gents, for joining us this evening.
I'm not here.
What?
I'm not here next week.
Rick's not here next week. He's away. So if anybody would like to stand in, drop us a comment, and we'll bring you on instead. Usual thing, guys. If you've been enjoying this kind of content, do us a huge favor: like, share, subscribe, tell a friend. And until next week, guys, keep smiling, and we'll see you on the next one. Good night, all. This has been one hell of an experience. Very nice. Have a look at that. New change in the garden. Made a little secret out of there. Into the little bush. So you can sit inside. And the other pond.